checks and balances, stacking up the green. Cash flow heavy, yeah, American dreams. Scales is tipping, yeah, running up the scene. Power in my hand, yeah, hustling supreme. Checks and balances, stacking up the green. Cash flow heavy, yeah, American dreams. Scales is tipping, yeah, running up the scene. Power in my hand, yeah, hustling supreme. With the vision, yeah, blueprint mine. Counting every dollar, turning niggas into dime. Trap game, senator, vetoing lanes. Legend in the making, put respect on my name. Hustle in my veins, got the streets on lock. Wrist stay dripping like a clock, tick tock. I'm trying to balance, but they tipping like a scale. Cashing all these checks while I'm getting all this mail. Say racks in the safe, yeah, racks in the safe. State of all stay full, state of all stay full. Pockets overweight, we don't play by the rules. Set of pockets overweight, we don't play by the rules. See the feds wanna audit, but the books stay clean. I'm a ghost in the trap, I'm the one you ain't seen. Whip it so fast and I leave you in the dust. With the gold in my chain and you know I got a tux. Trapping all day, you know the grind don't stop. Making all these plays, gotta make it to the top. Diamonds in my grill, yeah, gleam, no flaws. Justice in my hustle, yeah, above the law. Money talks loud, I don't hear no hate. Balance out the game, yeah, serve your own plate. Enemies plotting, I'm 10 steps ahead. Counting all this money while laying in the bed. Hold up, wait up, odds, yeah, let the scales decide. It's profit over pride, gotta keep this wave alive. Risk it for the game, that's the only side. Checks is in my favor, see this power never divide. Checks and balances, stacking up the green. Cash flow heavy, yeah, American dreams. Scales is tipping, yeah, running up the scene. Power in my hand, yeah, hustling supreme. Checks and balances, stacking up the green. Cash flow heavy, yeah, American dreams. Scales is tipping, yeah, running up the scene. Power in my hand, yeah, hustling supreme. Yeah, shadows in the trap where the Grim Reaper creep. Blood on the ledge, yeah, secret very deep. Holes still flash, yeah, hear them scream. Yeah, running up a scheme. Nose on the cell, got a debt unpaid. Graveyard shift. Take her through the grave, scales dripping red, balance in the sin, checks cashing out for them dead presidents. Chains on my wrist like the devil's got a grip. Ink on the deal, watch a candle just drip. Smoke in the air.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show.
You know I got a hit. Voices in the hall, yeah, counting every loss. Scales on the tip, yeah, carrying the cross. Hollow out the game, lead them boys doing rise. Checks coming in, boy, I can't be bought.
Happy Monday.
You know I gotta check the cash. Head at the door, you know I gotta hide the cash. Blade on the palm, yeah, I gotta cut it raw. Glove overseas, stay above the law. Make the White House black, count the money in the dark. Whipping this work, leave stains, no spark. Checks hit the trap, but the block stay grim. Scales tipping heavy, got justice again.
Got justice again. We're here for justice, right, ladies and gentlemen?
It's about holding on to all
and
this
you know
power.
What that means?
And as you can see, I got a lot of it, and I'm not sharing any of it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's do it. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. We don't got much time to do the Lord's work, and so we'll get things off the ground and then take care of some very important matters in the kingdom. All right, you know what we came to do. Good morning, the beautiful Tiffany for the women. Yes. All right, and good morning, Rick. Nice to see you. All right, you know, we're still rocking and rolling. We're still cooking and booking. Because you know what they're doing out here, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's go. Good morning, Ange, the beautiful Ange. Let's go. Eugene, knock it off. I'm the most handsome knock it off champ. Seriously, because who can do it like me, all right? I'm on top of my game, ahead of the class. You can tell that I made it. Look at my grass.
Cars in the garage with tanks full of gas.
I play the game so raw, I won't finish last.
Sitting in my living room.
See what I'm doing?
This is what's supposed to happen when you get your famous. The algorithm turned you to a maniac. I guess we going viral cause my zodiac.
I got all these numbers on my spreadsheet. See how I got the glasses back? The Psycho Queen, good morning. Hey, they don't get replies if they text me. Yeah, draw boundaries. Let's go. Call me the master with a new whip. Pow, W, Ida. Here it goes, here it goes.
I'll tell you what, I haven't gone into Zeus's live in a couple of days.
Yes.
Shit was radical.
Very radical.
It was horrible. I'm like, Zeus has gone way.
Oh!
It's like deja vu.
Doesn't it hurt every
Deja vu.
Oh!
It's like
It got me!
It's like deja vu.
Hey, welcome to the show. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the show. Once again, I'm your host, I'm your pilot, and we're back in the Thunderdome to do the Lord's work, to take care of very important matters. Good morning, Brother Q-Dog. Nice to see you. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, once again, we're gathered here to try to save this great country of ours from the evil clutches of you-know-who, Donald J. Trump, and his legion of MAGA demons who we all understand are very hell-bent on destroying our democracy, destroying this great country of ours. And we're not going to let them, because we can call their bluffs. We know exactly what they are trying to do. Now, for those of you who don't know who I am, I go by the name Zeus, or as some like to say, Triple H. And why do they call me Triple H, ladies and gentlemen? Well, it's quite simple. The first H is, well, it's because I'm honest. I'm the most honest person on social media. Hands down. No one more honest than me, all right? The second H is because I'm humble. Listen, W, Xena. All right? Thank you, Xena. It's because I'm humble. Listen, if I get it wrong, I have no problem admitting that I'm wrong. Now, you got to understand the progress that it's taken for me to get here. A lot of you don't know that about me, but when you see me, apologizing and dialing it back, I want you to understand you're watching a magician at work, because there was a period in my life where I didn't do that. It would just be 110% steamroll. It was almost as if I had the MAGA demon. And so when people see me being humble, I really want them to understand that's really the power they should be focusing on. All right. And then we'll move on to the last H. And Eugene, you know this, you and Nutty and all the other ones in here trying to trick me and trick other people into believing it's not. It's because I am and will always remain, you've guessed it, the most handsome. Zeus is a nobody. Zeus is a nobody. Sure, you can send me a guest request and we can get into all of that. I promise you it will be. I don't mind talking about whatever your feelings are, because actually there's so much hate out there for Big Zeus. I'm thinking about opening up a customer service line where I will allow Trump supporters to contact some of the representatives of the kingdom and express how Zeus has made you feel. And if you could actually provide information, incredible information about how it made you feel, and they'll get back to you. First, they'll talk to me and ask me how I want to deal with it. But it's going to be necessary because, as you know, what I'm here to do, I'm trying to save this great country of ours from the evil clutches of Donald J. Trump and his supporters, who we all see are hell-bent on destroying democracy, destroying America. They hate themselves, and it's like Donald Trump says about them. It's like he says about them, right?
You're either stupid or you hate the country.
Oh, okay. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, we got a strong opinion this morning, and so I invited this MAGA demon up here real quick so I could take care of the business that I need to take care of. But if they want to come up here, they say my opinion means nothing to nobody. Come on up here, and we'll get this out of the way, all right? But please don't interrupt me. I'm in the middle of doing my introduction, all right? So, and that takes me into where I need to go next. Do I have any Trump supporters out here? And obviously, we all see them. They're triggered. Yeah, you don't need to know. Their name says it all. I agree. You don't need to know. They don't need to know anything. Okay. And we know 64% of the Trump supporters lack a formal education, barely graduated high school. And so I don't really need to explain myself to you, all right? If you don't like the way that I'm running my show, you Trump supporters, just do America a huge favor. Leave this live, and as a matter of fact, leave this country right now. And you could go on and hang out with these fake TikTok hosts on TikTok, because honestly, they'll lie to you, and then they'll take your money and then tell you, come on back, all right? All right? And they do that because these are some of the most miserable people you'll ever run into. You know, they say misery loves company. You go hang out with those folks, all right? But over here, we're going to tell you the truth, whether you like it or not. We're going to tell you so much truth. Your head's going to spin around, and then it's going to pop off. Am I right? W, Rick, ladies and gentlemen. And thank you, all of you. So, like I said, Mac, if you don't want me to ruin your breakfast, your lunch, your dinner, and everything in between, leave right now, because it's going to get very, very, very uncomfortable in here. I promise you it will. But get this. You don't got to take my word for it. Listen to your leader.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
All right, and with that, ladies and gentlemen, the doors to the Thunderdome, they've officially closed. W Zeus, and I don't take any responsibility for any of the sparks that are flying on my platform when I do this, because I'm here to deliver the truth. I'm here to shatter the MAGA dream. The MAGA dream. Yeah, it's not even a dream. It's really a nightmare. And I'm really doing this because it honestly, doesn't it feel good to watch Trump supporters cry, ladies and gentlemen? I'm going to tell you all the story, and then I'm going to get into some of the content. You know, this thing that happened with Putin and Donald Trump over the weekend, you know, everybody understood, everybody saw that, and we all should understand that was the biggest failure of this presidency so far, next to the Epstein files. We all know it is, and we all know it was nothing but a huge distraction. So somebody actually had the audacity to say, you know, Zeus, you didn't see what really happened, right? Because, you know, we talked about how Trump disrespected our troops, had them kneeling on the ground and stuff like that, rolling out the red carpet, inviting Putin into the backseat of the beast, doing God knows what with him. what he was doing is he was showing Putin, look, I'm willing to be nice to you. And if you don't do what I tell you to, because he was supposed to put the sanctions on him. He was supposed to, put the tariffs on him. He was supposed to have already basically said, Putin, you've missed the deadline. I'm showing you I mean business. He didn't do that. He didn't get a ceasefire, but they're trying to say, oh, well, no, this is part of Donald Trump playing 4D, 5D, 6D, 12D chess. And if Putin doesn't do what Donald Trump says do, then it's going to be hell on earth. And I just wanted to say, no one believes that. All right, W. Zeus, no one believes that. We know Donald Trump is totally conflicted. And we know that he is totally compromised. And so what I want to make sure MAGA understands, ladies and gentlemen, is there any Trump supporters out there? Any Trump supporters out there? I just want a Trump supporter to be able to come up here. And I'm going to just ask you some regular questions, and they're yes or no questions. And if you could answer a yes to them, you know what I'll do? And I was trying to do this on Attacking's Live, but the guy crashed out. Whoever that guy was, come on back. I told you could come on my show Monday and we could get this out of the way. I just got to ask you some serious questions, all right, MAGA? Because in case you didn't know, why do I stay on Donald Trump like white on rice? It's because I see that this is nothing more than a circus act. This is nothing but a big act of you all going in the circle, chasing your tails, thinking you're going to get a treat at the end of this, and you haven't gotten a single thing, MAGA. You haven't gotten a single thing. And let's just start off with at the top of the list. MAGA, did you get the Epstein files released? Anybody out there can confirm that the Epstein files were released? Because has Donald Trump released the Epstein files? He hasn't secured the borders. There's still people coming in across the borders. They're just fudging the numbers. They don't publish the real numbers, just like they did with the fake unemployment numbers, right? You understand this is all a game he's playing on you. Has Donald Trump released the Epstein files, MAGA? That's the one thing that I think you all should be front and center every morning about, instead of worrying about what Governor Gavin Newsom is doing. By the way, shout out to Governor Gavin Newsom. They're saying Gavin Newsom is kicking MAGA's butt so bad. They're now saying, oh, well, his tweets are written by AI. I don't care who wrote his tweets. They hit, and they hit good, and they do a lot of damage. Y'all could keep making up stuff, but I want y'all to understand, we don't buy it. So he hasn't released the Epstein files. Did he get a ceasefire with Putin the other day? Did Donald Trump get that ceasefire that he said he was going to get? That's why he invited Putin to Russia. Did he get the ceasefire? Did he get it? Can we get some answers out here? Did he get the ceasefire? Wow. So he's 0 for 2. Are you looking at the chat, Tiny Tank Top Tim, and all you other MAGA demons who keep running around here talking about you're winning and this is what you voted for? Okay, you voted to lose. Got it. Has he gotten our grocery prices down? Has Donald Trump gotten our grocery prices down? In all seriousness, has anyone seen their okay, look at that. Thank you, Lil Hog. No. All right. Has he cut your utility bills in half? No. He hasn't done that either, huh? Think about this, MAGA. Y'all celebrating what? None of the stuff he promised you. What about those 90 days, 90 trade deals? Did he get that thing taken care of with any of those countries? Nope. Q-Dog said, hell no. If he's done something, if you could give me a yes to any of these questions, MAGA, I'll tell you. Oh, you know what? He's doing his job. Has he arrested Barack Obama or anybody in the Obama administration? Has he done that yet? And the funny part is, y'all still run around on this app and act like he's doing something. And I'm going, what the heck has this guy done? Has he stopped the war, in Israel? God, has he done that yet, MAGA? Why? Because he's asking for a Nobel Peace Prize. Has he stopped the wars over there? No. Oh, but Zeus, he's negotiated all these peace deals. When are y'all going to wake up and realize he's just making up stuff and telling you, and y'all look silly out here? And I just threw out a couple of things. I could go on. Has he capped the credit card interest rate at 10%? Has he capped the credit card interest rate at 10%, ladies and gentlemen? I'm just asking for a friend. Look at this. I haven't gotten one yes, ladies and gentlemen. W. Leah. I'm just looking for one check. Not one. You got it right, Eugene. Has he given you the Doge checks yet, MAGA? Oh, you know what they say now? Oh, we never asked for those Doge checks. Oh, no, we never asked for those. Okay, so the answer is no. And I don't need MAGA to come up here and answer these questions. The chat is doing an outstanding job answering these questions. W to the chat. So he hasn't done anything. No Doge checks. Did he give you the real no tax on tips and no tax on overtime like you thought he was? Because a lot of brothers and sisters that work in the hospitality industry, when they heard him say no tax on tips, they thought they was going to be able to do what they're doing, in their areas they're working. And then at the end of their shifts, all the taxes that they earned, they was just going to take that home and they was going to have more money at that point. What they have found out is, no, you got to file your taxes. And then you get a little bit of a credit back for those tips. That's not no tax on tips like you thought about it. That's how he played you like a fiddle. W Zeus. So you can't, I don't even say you got no tax on tips. At best, you might get a credit. You might get some credit for the tip, but you don't got no tax on tips because you know what that means where I'm from. All right. That's just me. Has he arrested Nancy Pelosi? Has Donald Trump and his administration arrested Nancy Pelosi? Have they arrested Hillary Clinton? But these people will get out here on TikTok and promise up and down, swear to the good Lord, Donald Trump is doing something. I'm going, what has he done that y'all are so thrilled and head over heels about? He hasn't done anything except waste your money on these stunts. It's a circus act, and y'all keep falling for this stuff. It's amazing. Has he arrested Kamala Harris, Oprah Winfrey, Beyonce? Has he arrested any of these folks? I could keep going. I ought to just do a freestyle on MAGA about how Donald Trump is just lying and taking your money and making promises to you, and then, you know what, making you look like a bunch of plumb dumb fools. I've never seen anything like this. Yeah, and let's go back to the Doge. Did he really find the $200 billion in waste, fraud, and abuse, MAGA, that he promised you he would, him and Elon? Did he ever do that? It's so easy, MAGA. Has anybody been arrested for the Biden auto pen scandal, MAGA? Come on. Has anybody been arrested for the Biden auto pen scandal? No. It's all smoke and mirrors. I've never seen so many smoke and mirrors in my life. I mean, and this is why I keep telling Trump supporters to just zip it. Y'all don't know anything. I mean, this is how the rest of the world looks at you. We're sitting here going, I've seen a hamster in a wheel run, but that's a hamster. You're a grown person. You're an adult. You should be smarter than a hamster. I understand why the hamster He said he was going to deport 20 million illegal immigrants. Has he deported 20 million illegal immigrants, ladies and gentlemen, while he's running around here talking about he somehow magically secured the border? Has he deported 20 million people? Can anyone confirm? Has Donald Trump... See, look at this. I'm asking legitimate questions. What about no new wars? I thought there was not going to be any new wars. And that's a flat out lie. He got a war happening right here. I've never seen a president say, I'm the president of peace. But he's just been mobilizing the National Guard all over the United States. So as far as I'm concerned, we got several wars. We got wars going on in California. We got war going on in D.C., all these blue cities. So we're at war, ladies and gentlemen. So you can't say that. And he's thinking he's going to get a Nobel Peace Prize? Absolutely not. What about drill, baby, drill? Are we doing any of that? We do more drill, baby, drill on this show than Donald Trump has ever done. All right, because, I'm asking for MAGA to give me one yes to any of these things that your dear leader has said he's going to do since he's been in office. And notice, I haven't even went through my entire things that I can think of, come off the top of my head and start talking about. And it's just showing you that Donald Trump, ladies and gentlemen, is the most incompetent president we've ever had. But he's very good at manipulating his base into thinking he's doing a lot of work. For instance, didn't he go and drop some boom booms on Iran and told you all that when he did that, he stopped Iran's in program? Didn't he tell you he did that? Did Donald Trump stop Iran's program, ladies and gentlemen? Did he stop their program at all? Asking for a friend. Did Donald Trump stop Iran's in program, ladies and gentlemen? Look at the chat, ladies and gentlemen. No, W Zeus. All right. So what I'll do is this. We're going to go ahead and warm up the lake of fire, ladies and gentlemen, because now today, you all know what's about to happen. Zelensky and a lot of people from Europe. They're coming here because they got to have a meeting with Donald Trump after his meeting with Putin, in which he's tried to surrender Ukraine to Putin. And they're going to come here and they're going to set the record straight for him and his supporters. All right, because you know what? I do believe that if Donald Trump messes this up, we will be entering World War IV. Because I was going to say World War III, but MAGA said Biden got us into World War III. So Donald Trump's about to get us into World War IV because of his incompetence and because of his lies. And so what I'm going to do is this, MAGA. Are there any Trump supporters out here? Do me a huge, huge favor. I asked you to leave my... What I'm going to do is this, MAGA. Are there any Trump supporters out here? Do me a huge, huge favor. I asked you to leave my... Wow. Wow, ladies and gentlemen. Don't bring... Yeah, Takesha, tell them. Don't... Yeah, TikTok is doing this. Okay, I get it. Yeah, every now and then when I start cooking and booking. But... Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You see how, they do your boy real dirty out here on the app, whether it's the repeated flagging they do because they say, Zeus, what you're doing is harassment and bullying, or they get you on fake engagement. I mean, it's like they go above and beyond to make my experience on this app what it is, but we're going to keep rocking and rolling. You said God did that? You said God did that, Dio? You said God did that? Okay, well, that's fine. Don't worry. Let's see about this, Dio. Maybe you can help me understand something, Dio. I was going to share this. They said MAGA keeps pulling their head out of their rear end. And listen to this Trump supporter, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm a Christian who voted Republican. I looked the other way when you led an insurrection on January 6th. I looked the other way when you were criminally convicted for business fraud. I even looked the other way when you were found guilty of rape. I looked the other way when you lied about having sex with a porn star while cheating on your wife. I looked the other way when you and Jeffrey Epstein were sued for the rape of a 13-year-old girl.
Remember this?
You said it wasn't true, and I believed you. I looked the other way a lot for you. I can't look the other way now that you're hiding the Epstein files.
Oh.
I can't look the other way now that you're making concessions to Ghislaine Maxwell, your old friend who is a convicted child trafficking rapist, which seems like an obvious attempt by you to gain favor with her so she doesn't incriminate you. What was your involvement with Ghislaine Maxwell and your best friend Jeffrey Epstein and the raping and trafficking of young children? I can't look away anymore. Republicans shouldn't look away anymore. We deserve the truth for a change.
Oh, there you go. All right, and so what we're going to do is go W to this MAGA demon who had enough courage to finally stop looking the other way and take that red hat off, because that was a red hat he was wearing while he was looking the other way. And that's indicative, ladies and gentlemen, of what's going on in the cult right now. A lot of you Trump supporters, you've been fully exposed. All right, we see you. You look the other way when Donald Trump does all these dirty, disgusting things, and then you try to get on this app and pretend like, oh no, I'm a good person, I'm a Christian. We love people. No, you don't. You don't love yourselves, right? And this is why a lot of y'all are prime candidates for hell. If you don't believe me, just take a look. The other thing that I wanted to talk about is this news came out about the hypocrisy of MAGA, and this involves Senator Lindsey Graham, who when people say stuff like this, it's not shocking, but we're going to get this on the record and then we'll do a little bit of the judgment.
MAGA needs to answer for something, and they've never answered for it. They've never even responded to it. During the Republican National Convention, Grindr crashed twice. And Grindr, for those of you that don't know, is the gay Bumble for gay people. And a lot of hookup, a lot of messaging about hooking up. Especially when you go to a new place, it can geo-track people around you. Mm-hmm. It crashed twice during the Republican anti-gay. We're big Christians. We want, America to be a Christian nation. Grindr crashed twice. And so I want to remind everybody that Laura Loomer outed Lindsey Graham. Now, he's been outed multiple times before. Personally, I've had a gaydar ping on him for at least 15 years. But I digress. Yeah. Put up this from Laura Loomer's deposition. Miss Bogler asks, the witness says, several of President Trump's staff have told me in confidence that Lindsey Graham is gay. And then the attorney says, hold on, Miss Loomer. There's no question. So Laura Loomer's under oath and wasn't even prompted. And she just outed him under oath voluntarily that Lindsey Graham is gay. And then now she's doubled down on it since this deposition is leaked. The Daily Beast is reporting this. Laura Loomer, I quote, outed GOP senator because I was under oath. The right-wing activist has doubled down on her claim that a GOP senator is secretly gay.
So here we go again. Here we go again. Look at this guy, Mark Brown, in my chat talking about other things other than what I'm talking about. All you Trump supporters. It's the hypocrisy of all of you to pretend like you seriously have a problem with things going on in Democrat cities and stuff like that. And then we catch you on Grindr. And it's like this. If you come talk to me, I'm going to be honest with you. I'll be like, I'm not going to kink shame. Live your life. Do you, boo, right? That's how I am. Do you, boo. But don't get around and start trying to act holier than thou when we can just pull up thou profile and see how thou gets down. W Zeus. And so it's not just the Grindr stuff. It goes back to the Epstein stuff, MAGA. Every MAGA accusation is what, ladies and gentlemen, a MAGA confession. And this is why the country is on a serious decline, because the list of things that I've asked MAGA to say yes to, you can't say yes to. And it's just showing everybody you don't really stand for what you say you believe in. It's exactly the opposite. Yeah, I believe a lot of you Trump supporters, as far as I'm concerned, are actively participating in the cover-up. I think you're soldiers of the deep state. You all MAGA works for the deep state. I'm going to say that. And so with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's warm up the lake of fire. This is for all the employees of the deep state, aka MAGA. We've exposed you as agents of darkness, not light. And so guess what that means? You got to go somewhere, and that's straight to hell.
Silence, you MAGA daily.
Now, that's the next thing. And again, I've been asking these people, I said, listen, I need you to really use your brain and replay the stuff that Donald Trump is telling you, and then I want you to come back and talk to me. And none of these people have ever came back and talked to me. They always got an excuse. Oh, I was out barbecuing this weekend. Yeah, I had to do some yard work. I had to go work. I had to spend some time. They give me all these excuses because they know their goose is cooked. They know Donald Trump is lying to them and telling them things that isn't true. Now, I didn't want to do this, and I know I might get into some trouble for it, ladies and gentlemen, but I'm surprised the mainstream media hasn't actually picked up on the story a little bit. Let's see if this works right there, ladies and gentlemen. Does that work right there? Okay, yeah. Does this work right here? Does anyone know who that is? Does anybody know who that is? Does anybody know who that is? Does anybody know who this is? I'm asking the chat. Yeah. There you go. War criminal. So we're going to talk about this, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to talk about this, ladies and gentlemen. We got to. What the heck? This is called What the Heck Was That? What did we just watch happen over the weekend? And this is a person that I've checked in with quite a bit over the course of, this whole thing that's happened between Russia and Ukraine, or I should say, yeah, Russia and Ukraine. And my mind says, now, out of all the content this guy, Jake Bro, puts out, you could go fact check me. Out of all the content he's put out about this war, right? He keeps track religiously of what the updates are. Why would he put a video out like this and risk his credibility? And the video is titled, you should go look this up. Russia sent a fake Putin to Alaska to meet Trump. And so what I'm going to do, and you just got to indulge me, ladies and gentlemen, and I was not going to do this, but I think we need to do it because when you I don't battle. When you add up the fact that how many people out there think Donald Trump would stage things? Does anyone think Donald Trump would stage things? Anyone still, Does anyone think Donald Trump would try to stage things? Does anyone think he would? All right. So this is why I got to do this. The question is this the real Putin?
Hundreds of thousands of his own people, forcing them into the military and meat assaulting them across the Donbass region.
Hold on.
This is how the Russians are reacting to this meeting. This is what they're posting on 1,000 people.
Let me get to the part. Let me get to the meat and potatoes.
Questions. So I want to say thank you to the journalist who was able to get this question in and look at Putin and Trump's reaction.
President Putin, will you stop killing civilians?
President Putin, will you stop targeting and killing civilians?
Yeah.
And oh, I don't speak English. I can't hear you. I don't know what you said.
Mm-hmm.
This was a photo op. Donald Trump doesn't actually do anything. He just likes big events with powerful people to make him look tough and strong, when he could not have looked any weaker. So here's some interesting details. There was no one-on-one meeting between Trump and Putin. It was a 3-on-3. I'll talk more about that in a second. The meeting, these are supposed to be peace talks. They were supposed to last 6 to 7 hours, but they only lasted 3.5. Meaning half of that is taken up by translators. So Putin and Trump only talked for about 1.5 or 2 hours. There then was a press briefing that was cut short. There was supposed to be like a brunch, a working brunch, but that was canceled. And then Putin got back on his plane and went back to Russia. This briefing was bizarre. This is the official White House YouTube channel, and it says it's 55 minutes, but for the first 42 minutes, it's just dead air. There's no broadcast. Putin and Trump then take the podiums, and Putin speaks first. Putin took control of the briefing, and Trump just kind of stood there and allowed Putin to make his statement. Putin rambled for about 5 minutes about history and whatnot, and, we need to make agreements. Trump then spoke for like 2 minutes, and then that was the end.
Yeah.
They then got out of there.
Yeah, here he goes.
No questions taken by the journalists. The press briefing was like 10 minutes, and nothing was announced. No details were given. Here is Fox News reporter Jackie Heinrich. She was in the room, and this is how Fox News is describing this press briefing with both Putin and Trump.
Happened back there. It was just very unusual, atypical, and I think we're all awaiting, the readout, because the way that it felt in the room was not good. It did not seem like things went well, and it seemed like Putin came in and steamrolled, got right into what he wanted to say, and got his photo next to the president and then left. Of course, that is only the piece of the picture that we have right now, and certainly President Trump.
That is Fox News reporting that President Trump got steamrolled by Putin. Putin had his way, said what he wanted to say, got his photograph, then got back on his plane and just left. Wow. Here's the photograph. And Donald Trump could not look happier. He looks like a child who just got to meet Santa Claus. Trump idolizes Putin. He worships this man. And he wanted this meeting for 8 months. So Putin made it happen. Except Santa Claus is not real.
Oh.
So I'm going to propose the theory that this was not the real Putin. Putin sent one of his body doubles to meet with Trump in Alaska. And just let me present the evidence. I know this is conspiracy. I don't have definitive...
Okay, so this is for educational purposes only. And if you're a Trump supporter right now, I'm going to be honest with you. You might want to leave this show right now. You might want to leave because this is going to get very uncomfortable. As a matter of fact, let me go ahead and do a quick PSA announcement.
If you're not happy here,
go ahead.
then you can leave.
Yeah,
as far as I'm concerned,
Yeah.
if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
W Lady Boss, thank you. So, I don't want anybody trying to flag this live as we go through this, but the main question is, was that the real Putin that went to Alaska? And listen to what Jake Bro says, and I listened to it 3 times, and I said, ugh, you got a point.
But I'm going to lay out to you my arguments why I don't think this is the real Putin. And the first being, he just made a lot of weird gestures and faces. This doesn't look like the head of a state when he makes all these weird faces.
If you're a woman over 40, this is...
Hold on. We're going to get through this together. Hold on. You know, they try to steal the show.
So this Putin behaved a little bizarre, and the way he looks is just off to me. So let me present some evidence. This is Newsweek. Russian TV showing Putin in 2 places at once sparks body double claims. This has happened a couple times where Putin has been broadcast in 2 different Russian cities doing events, which normally is not possible if you're just one person. No question, Putin is using body double after the mutiny, according to a Russian analyst. This is kind of just accepted in Russia. People just assume in Russia that yes, Putin uses body doubles, and that's smart to protect the president, because people are trying to kill him. You don't have to listen to me. Don't listen to my opinion. Listen to the opinion of Russians. This is Igor Girkin, also known as Igor Strelkov. He is a Russian army veteran and a former FSB officer who played a key role in the Russian annexation of Crimea. He then was in the Donbass War as an organizer for militant groups in the DPR. So this man is pro-Putin, pro-Russia. He wants to kill as many Ukrainians as possible. And he says on his program that Putin uses body doubles. This clip is from 2023. Putin had Igor Strelkov arrested for speaking freely. Girkin is now in jail. But this is what he said in 2023. The real Vladimir Putin, on Christmas, was alone in the Kremlin church. Alone. The priests were probably afraid of coming close to him. There was probably a sniper who warned he will shoot them if they come closer than 20 meters. This is the real Vladimir Putin, who, when they show him receiving ministers, he sits at one side of the table and looks at them from binoculars. Where are they? This is the real one, but one who is awarding others, hugging everyone. There are several of them, and who is making speeches. When I see an alleged Putin in the crowd, I immediately know I am seeing a double. And no one knows what this double says. He probably is just talking bollocks. I'll link the clip down below in the event you speak Russian, and you want to hear it from yourself. This is an FSB officer who was the most important man involved in the Donbass War between 2014 and 2022. And he says that Putin uses body doubles. This is what Putin looks like. The real Putin is pretty severe. He's somber.
That's the real Putin.
You can watch the video clips of him in his bunker. This is the speech in which he announced he was invading Ukraine. And the real Putin, he kind of coughs and clears his throat a lot. He also frequently will grip the table to stop his hand from shaking. And I don't know who this guy is. This guy did not have the same body language as the real Putin. And this guy's genuinely seemed excited to meet Trump and to visit America. The real Putin has been to the United States numerous times, meeting with Obama, meeting with George Bush, attending G8 summits and UN General Assemblies. But this guy, the body double, has never met Trump and has never been allowed probably to leave the country until now. This was also a giveaway when I saw the Putin double from this angle.
Look at that chin.
One of the Putin versions has a very weak chin anytime he opens his mouth. So when Putin visited Mariupol, this was a photo op to say the city is doing great when the city has been destroyed. The Putin in that video is not the real Putin. Because the real Putin is paranoid about being assassinated. So the real Putin has a much defined chin, I guess.
Real Putin right there.
I think this is the body double that came to Alaska.
This is who came to Alaska.
Anytime he opens his mouth, his chin basically just vanishes.
W. Sherry.
There's another Putin with a stronger jawline. In addition, their hair is also slightly different.
It's not AI, Gregory.
This is the real Putin. The guy sitting in the gold chair in the Kremlin.
Real Putin.
Dictating to his servants. And this is the guy that Trump got to spend
fake
3.5 hours with.
Fake Putin right there. Putin don't play like that.
This is the real Putin.
Real Putin.
This is the guy who showed up in Alaska.
This guy, fake one.
The real Putin is a germaphobe.
Real Putin.
He still, in the year 2025, makes people go through COVID-19 isolation procedures before they're allowed to get within 3 feet of him. When Putin meets with his own ministers,
right back there,
they sit 30 feet away.
He make you sit
Putin
back there.
comes in a separate door than the people who serve him. Because he doesn't allow anyone to get within knifing distance of his back.
You hear this, Gregory?
This is his central bank chief. This is his defense minister. And this is how he conducts meetings. Because he's so paranoid about being assassinated.
True.
So the fake Putins, they're the ones that go on these stupid dictator public relations events. On the way to flying to Alaska, this Putin stopped in Magadan to tour a omega-3 supplement facility. And if you were the leader of a nation in which you've taken over 1 million casualties, you've lost over 10,000 tanks and a third of your strategic bomber fleet, would you really spend time touring an omega-3 supplement factory?
No.
In addition, while the fake Putin was in Alaska, he drove to a local cemetery. This was during World War II. Soviet pilots lost their life while shipping stuff under the Lend-Lease Act between Alaska and the Far East. So Putin wanted to attend one of the grave sites of these Soviet pilots who were buried in Alaska. But do you really think the real Putin would risk his life to go to a cemetery in Alaska to lay flowers at the grave of a World War II pilot?
Let me ask the audience real quick. You all are pretty much keeping up with what's happening. Do we all think that Vladimir Putin, who's been a pariah, a war criminal, he knows the world is looking for him? Do we all really believe he would risk his life for Donald Trump? Does anyone believe that? If you really sit back and think about this, right, do you really think he would put it all on the line? For he so loves Donald Trump. I haven't seen. Oh, I see one person. Whoever said yes. There's thousands of people in here. Only one person says yes. Everyone else. So we know the one person that said yes is clearly a bot. It doesn't make sense at all. But if you think about it, the person could be a fake Putin, Timu Putin, then you can understand why it all happened the way it happened on Friday. No press conference, no real press briefing. Just get in the back of the car. I can't believe he sent the double. Oh my gosh, get in the car. I can't let the people see who you really are. I'm gonna take it, and that could be this. It's all starting to. The dots are starting to connect.
He's fighting a war in which Ukrainian intelligence is trying to assassinate him.
Yeah.
When my team pitched
so that's how I think Putin would be perceiving. Why would I go out here and risk and then having an airplane fly right over me? Come on.
I don't know who this guy was, but he's not the real Putin. And I kind of think Trump knows it.
Yep.
I kind of think Trump knows that the real Putin didn't get off the plane. And rather than be embarrassed, rather than making a big deal, Trump is just going to lie and say everything was great. Trump is saying this meeting was a 10 out of 10. Could not be any more productive. So the White House confirmed that Trump's one-on-one with Putin wasn't going to happen.
Oh.
Instead, it was going to be a 3-on-3 with Witkoff and Rubio, and then Lavrov and one other Russian with the body double. The reason why the body double was not allowed to be alone with Trump is because Lavrov was in charge. Lavrov, this is Putin's actual trusted advisor, was the real power. He was the one actually talking to and coming to agreements with Trump. The body double was just there in the meeting talking gibberish. I'm sure he's a amicable guy who wants to engage in small talk, and he probably has a pretty good life being Putin's body double. But as far as making decisions or coming to agreements, I'm sure the body double in this meeting was deferring to Lavrov every single time, and Trump could tell.
Yep.
Trump could pick up on it that Putin wasn't actually saying anything that made sense, not offering any real deals, and wasn't capable of negotiating anything.
Yeah.
And this isn't the first time that Trump has been fooled by the Russians.
Uh-oh.
This clip is incredible. This clip is from 1988, and a Gorbachev impersonator came to New York City, and they were able to convince Donald Trump that this was the real Gorbachev. So Donald Trump came rushing downstairs to meet him, excited that the Soviet premier wanted to meet Donald Trump.
Cathedral of Cash, the home of hyperbole, and
you can't make this stuff up.
Donald Trump, who made a special effort to whiz down from his penthouse office and greet our guests. Mr. Trump is coming now.
Wow. Here we go. I mean, my work is done. My work is done here. This is sick. MAGA, go look this up, please. Please, MAGA.
I couldn't have been happier. Good luck with everything. Thank you very much.
Trump really thinks he's meeting the real person, or Lavrov from Russia. He really thinks he is. He really thought he met Putin, or he's in on it. He's in on it. I mean, it's one of the two.
In the event Donald Trump is watching this video, once again, that was not the real Gorbachev.
Gorbachev, yeah.
That was an impersonator. You were fooled again.
Gorbachev. He thought he made him.
So here we are. This is what Trump is saying, trying to spin this summit as a huge success. A great and very successful day in Alaska. The meeting with Putin went very well, as did the phone call with Zelensky. It was determined by all, that's a lie, that the best way to end this horrific war between Russia and Ukraine is to go directly to a peace agreement, which would end the war, and not a mere ceasefire agreement, which oftentimes do not hold up.
I'm done. I'm weak.
So Trump is giving up. All of this talk about we need to end the killings, we need a ceasefire now. He's no longer going to demand a ceasefire from the Russians because the Russians told him no. Trump then threatened, I'm going to sanction you, I'm going to put tariffs on you if you don't agree to a ceasefire.
Right.
But the Russians said no.
Okay, fair enough.
And every time, Trump chickens out.
Taco.
2-week taco Trump. Chickening out once again.
Right.
So here is what Trump is saying. He was interviewed by Sean Hannity. Sean Hannity said, is there a need for tariffs or sanctions on Russia?
Watch this chicken.
Trump responded, because of what happened today, I think I don't have to think about it. I may have to think about it in 2 weeks or 3 weeks or something, but we don't have to think about that right now.
Ooh.
I think the meeting went very well.
Weak. With that, ladies and gentlemen, I have no other choice but to proceed with the rest of the show with that in mind. Let me just do a quick poll real quick. Based on what we just heard Jake Bro lay out right there, how many of us believe that very well that was not the real Putin? How many of us think that that's true? It wasn't the real Putin. It was a staged Putin. Let me see the chat. Let me see. Yeah. Look at me. I mean, I'm with you. And again, educational purposes only, but I don't think the real Putin would risk his life for Donald Trump. You just can't convince me because Donald Trump isn't worth it. I just don't see him doing that. Oh, you want me to come to a trap you're setting for me, Trump? And you really think that I believe your administration can protect me? Look at who's your Secretary of Defense. Oh, the drunk guy, Pete Kegsbreath. Yeah, okay, sure, I'll let him protect me. Yeah, right. He can barely protect you. On the country you guys are running. No, I'll send the double, and then you can do whatever you want with that. But you know what it is, because I'm in charge, not you. And that's what we all witness. And this is why everything's just been what it is. It's all just one thing after another since that meeting, because he doesn't want the media to talk about this. But we're going to talk about it on the show. Fake Putin went to Alaska, ladies and gentlemen, not the real one. And Donald Trump sold it to his supporters, and they all are believing it. And what we're going to do is this. I'm going to warm up the lake of fire, because this is just another thing we could add to the list of things Donald Trump says he's going to do and hasn't done, but he's going above and beyond to trick his supporters into saying that he did it. Listen up, MAGA. Go fact check us and come back with the real information. DJ, I saw you here. Gregory Jones, I saw you here. You all think this is a joke? Okay, do us a favor then. Go straight to hell. Go straight to hell.
Silence!
Yeah.
You matter daily!
Zeus. I mean, when you lay it down like that, you just can't walk away saying that I 100% believe that's Vladimir Putin. No, MAGA. Another example of how Donald Trump is conning you all. I'm surprised you all haven't sent him the rest of the money in your little bank accounts you got left, because he's really convincing you all. He's doing so much work, but it's all smoke and mirrors. And I'm the one that brings it to you, all right? And so with that being said, I'm looking at the time. I got to get straight to the audience now. It's time for me to engage the audience. And you know how I like to start the show off. Do we have any Trump supporters out here that want to come up here and talk to Big Zeus and admit that they've been duped? Or anyone out there that wants to say why they're still supporting the Donald Trump as a con artist, a snake oil salesman, all right? Because I've laid it down for you, and it's crystal clear. You really have nothing to brag about. But I'd be more than willing to give you a couple of minutes, maybe a few seconds at best, to explain why you're still supporting this guy. So put a 1 in the chat if you're a Trump supporter, or send me a guest request. MAGA Queen, MAGA Queen, she fears Big Zeus. And not just her, a lot of these folks on the app, they fear Big Zeus because I'm a nice person, but I don't play any games, and they know that. And it's like this. All right, get in the box. Let's talk, and let's be respectful, because I don't mind talking to people. I personally don't mind talking to people. It doesn't matter what your politics are. I'll talk to you, but I'll press the issue in a very, very direct way. I'll continue to press the issue. Yeah. That was distraction, but where are the Epstein files? Right. Whenever MAGA starts piping up and acting like they got me, I'll just say this. Okay, that's great. Where are the Epstein files? Yeah. What are you having for lunch? Oh, you're getting that and this and that. Oh, you're adding cheese on that. Okay, yeah, great. You got the Epstein files on you? Because for some reason, I'm getting the heebie-jeebies when I talk to you. You ever seen somebody strung out on something and they start itching and stuff like that? That's what I get like when I'm around MAGA. I'm like, yeah, you got those Epstein files on you, though, because that would really, really make Big Zeus feel real good. That would take your credibility where it's at now in the crapper. It'd bring your credibility up to a respectful level if you could just get Big Zeus those Epstein files. W Zeus. Right? Don't you get like that when you're around Trump supporters? Don't you start itching and man, something got on me. I need something. You got something. You got those Epstein files. Where are those at? Oh, there you go again. You didn't care about the Epstein files. Why didn't Biden release the Epstein files? I'm going, yeah, why didn't Biden release them? But you know what? Wouldn't it be a good idea if Donald Trump released those Epstein files? Because he would totally make my day if he could. Zeus, and this is and I'm gonna go, because I want to say this is my favorite line. If Trump is in those Epstein files, I'll stop supporting him. And I'm like, did you know Pam Bondi went and sat down and talked to him and told him his name's all over those files? So that's a lie. That's a lie. We know he's in there. Now, only the sick people, and these are some sick folks, I believe, only sick people actually want to see the video footage. I'm convinced. If you want to see the video footage, you're a sick person, because you see the information out there. It's so much evidence out there that this guy is in the files. Not only do we see the video, you see the pictures, you hear the statements Jeffrey Epstein said. You got to go back and watch when Epstein pleaded the fifth. And the reason it's interesting when Epstein pleads the fifth, because they say, are you and Donald Trump good friends? Yes, we're good friends. Did you and Donald Trump ever hang out with underage girls? I plead the fifth. I plead the sixth. I plead the 14th. What? What? I've heard of pleading the fifth. Rick. I've heard, honestly, go back and rewatch it. Who pleads the fifth, sixth, and the 14th amendments when they're being questioned? I mean, I'm like, what? What are your birthright citizenship? Wow, this thing. Whoa. That ain't just saying I don't want to say something. That's saying there's a lot to that question, and I can't even say anything about it because I'd be basically giving up my citizenship. Jesse, come on up here, Jesse. Jesse Muniz, come on up here. I'll answer your question real quick. If not, Jesse, don't worry. One of my friends might come up here and help me answer the question if I can't give you a satisfactory answer. But Jesse, if you don't mind, be a man and get up in the box. Be a man, be a woman, be an adult. Come up in the box and ask us all that question. The audience would really, really appreciate it, Jesse, if you would have the courage to get up here and ask Big Zeus that silly question in the chat. And like I said, Jesse, maybe you didn't hear me. That's a good question, Jesse. It's a good question. Why didn't Biden expose Donald Trump? Why didn't he? I don't know, Jesse, but wouldn't it be nice if Donald Trump released those Epstein files? See what I did, Jesse? I just flipped it back. All right, let me go to the... Jesse doesn't want to come up. All right, let me bring up my sister. Good morning, Takesha. Welcome, Takesha. How are you doing this morning? I'm so sorry to keep you waiting. I'm so sorry. How you doing? Happy weekend. You had a good weekend?
I had an awesome weekend, Zeus.
Okay, all right.
How was your weekend?
You know, I'm doing what I can out here, to be honest with you. I maintained, all right, and, you know, took some time off the app, you know, but it's the standard thing, you know.
Okay. Let me paint a picture for you, Zeus, right quick.
Fair enough.
Hold on 1 second. I gotta.
Yeah.
Right quick to
start. There you go. There you go.
I gotta play something.
Okay.
This is what I heard at the beginning of Donald Trump and Putin. Zeus.
W, Takesha. Is that what you heard?
Zeus, let me paint these pictures, Zeus.
Talk to him.
Okay, first Putin had Trump waiting 30, 40 minutes when he only came 55 miles. Trump had to travel over 3,000 miles. Trump was like the groom. You know, the groom come out first. So Trump came off the plane and stood down there at the end of the aisle where the groom stand. And then our servicemen rolled out the little carpet, you know, they rolled it down when a wedding, you know, they rolled it down when the bride come out.
I see what you did.
Who gets off the plane? Okay?
Yeah.
Trump stands there like he's saying, I can't wait to marry my bride. He's standing, he clapping. He clapping, Zeus. His heart is full of joy. He asked him before he got out there, put a little extra tan on me, because I'm going to meet my man. Putin get off. He coming down the aisle. Trump's so giddy. He excited. He smiling. He clapping. His man is coming. Then he finally get to touch him. And he burst into tears, Zeus. I am seeing my man. Here is my man.
Come on in.
I've been waiting for months to get my hands on my man.
Come on in, give it to Daddy.
I put on my new suit. I just tore the tags off because this is the suit to see my man. Zeus, they turn around, Zeus. The marriage is taking place, Zeus. They turn around, they walk together down the aisle. Trump pants are acting like a family event. They gathering in between his thighs. His thighs are rubbing each other so hard. They need to go get a room. That's just how much they rubbing each other. And the more they rub each other, the higher them pants get. Them pants higher than inflation. Off his ankles.
Wow,
he stepped to the side. They talking, they walking. Putin saying, everybody knows you a fool. Putin saying to himself, I'm on U.S. soil as a war criminal. I'm not even finna get arrested because I'm with a man who thinks so highly of me that he wouldn't dare do it. So Trump stepped to the side. You know how you step to the side, you let your woman go before you. He don't even do that for Melania. He stepped to the side, he let Putin
low blow. That was a low blow, Takesha. Come on now.
Get in the beast, Zeus. Putin get in the beast. Trump gets in the beast with Putin. He probably trying to hold Putin's hand. So Putin got to start waving with the hand that Trump's trying to hold as they pull off in the beast, looking like they just got married.
Wow. W to Keisha. I mean, man, I'm hot over here. I'm over here sweating. I'm over here sweating, laughing so much.
I think it was the real Putin. Mm-hmm. He had to prove a point.
Yeah.
He had to prove. Donald Trump probably called and told him, I got all kind of protections on you because, you know, I do what I want to do over here. They're afraid to let me, you know, they're afraid to say anything to me that I do wrong. So I do what I want to do, Putin. I got protections on you. I'm going to roll out the red carpet. And Putin saying to himself, yeah, I'm finna go over here and let them know I come on their soil when I get ready when you in office. I'm coming over here to let them know I'm gonna ride in.
I'm listening. Yeah.
I'm gonna talk before you talk. And at the end of the day, we ain't finna have no luncheon. We ain't finna have no press conference. I'm gonna say what I got to say. After that, I'm gonna let you speak, and then I'm heading right on back to
Boom.
All I'm doing is coming over here, Trump, to let them know I still own you.
Wow.
And that's exactly what Putin did.
You think so?
Trump got on Hannity and bragged to him. Putin said the war when it started, if you was the president, he used Trump exact words to flatter Trump, but it really was sarcasm to make him look like a fool. And that's what Putin did.
W to Keisha. She MAGA Queen is getting triggered by what you're saying.
MAGA Queen will be all right because her boy looked like a weakling. He got no deal. He got no peace. The only piece he walked out with was that hair piece that he keep putting on every morning. He ain't got nothing. We gonna call him Monty Hall. And let's make a deal.
W to Keisha. You're hurting her feelings though, Takesha. She's literally she's crying in the chat though.
Once they open their eyes, Zeus. They'll see exactly what we see. That was nothing but Putin showing us that he got the upper hand on the man that's supposed to be protecting these United States.
Wow. W to Keisha. Let me ask you, do you feel bad for any of the stuff you just said right now? Because
I do not, because all of it was true. He stood up there clapping for Putin like a trained seal. He was so excited to see that man. He probably don't even get excited to see Melania like that. It was ridiculous. It was embarrassing. He looked weak. There is no chest. There is not even. Listen, they ain't even playing Operation Zeus. That man came down here on Trump and went back home.
Woo! Wow, W to Keisha. Takesha, I gotta give it to you. Because what you're saying is whether it's the real Putin or the fake Putin, Trump still looks weak, right? And
he look real weak, Zeus.
Dang. Wow.
While Putin was talking, he was standing up there falling asleep. So, yeah, he looked real weak. You know, because it was Sleepy Joe, now Sleepy Trump. But they don't want to see Sleepy Trump. They'll swear he's trying to pray. But he falling asleep, too.
Yeah, he's doing a number on his supporters. They're really buying this though. I mean, what do you have to say about that? They're really buying that Donald Trump is working real hard and delivering on all the stuff he said he was going to deliver on. But you and I see it for what it is. What do you make of that?
Let me say this, dude. I am so excited that the other leaders said they were coming with Zelensky today, because all Donald Trump was going to do is try to bully that man out of his land. Yeah. And I thank them other leaders for coming and let Donald Trump know, we stand with Ukraine and you ain't finna get nothing that he don't want to get.
Amen.
So I'm excited about the meeting today.
Me too. All right. Well, listen, I agree with you because
I just wanted to tell y'all how the marriage went.
Okay.
You know, he got off and, stood there and smiled at his bride. He was smiling so hard, Zeus, you would have thought he was doing a commercial for Smile Bright toothpaste. But yeah, that's what I saw, Zeus.
Well, I appreciate the assessment, and you know what? I'm going to liken it to a marriage, a Vegas-style marriage in a way, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's what we saw happening, and he got in the car, he ushered him in the car, and it looked, like that was his bride.
He was trying to hold his hand, Zeus, but Putin started waving with it. So Trump wouldn't try to hold his hand in the car.
Yeah.
Putin pulling off like the cans on the back of the beast said, just got married. It was too much for me.
Hallelujah. That's truth.
All
right, well, listen, ladies and gentlemen, let's give the beautiful Takesha, my sister, a huge round of applause. No lies detected. You see that, ladies and gentlemen? We get out of here And we bring the facts, we bring the stories, we bring the information to all of you every morning, rain, sleet, or snow. And we do this because we can't allow Donald Trump and his supporters to lead this country off of a nasty and dangerous cliff. Because they don't think too well. They don't understand things that you and I understand. And what we're doing is we're highlighting the distractions Donald Trump is doing. And the main thing he's doing is distracting us because he doesn't want us to know that, like today, Bill Barr is meeting with Congress, House Oversight Committee. And why is Bill Barr meeting with Congress this morning? Does anybody know? Does anybody know why Bill Barr is meeting with Congress today? No, it's not the Biden auto pen. It's not the Biden auto pen. What is he doing today, ladies and gentlemen? Does anyone know what Bill Barr is meeting with the House Oversight Committee about? Okay. I'll tell you why. You know exactly why. Oh, yeah.
Sure. If could I just interrupt for a second?
Yeah. It's this.
Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? Yeah. This guy's been talked about for years. You're asking, we have Texas, we have this, we have all of the things. And are people still talking about this guy, this creep? That is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Do you want to waste the time and do you feel like answering?
I don't mind answering.
I mean, I can't believe you're asking a question on Epstein at a time like this where we're having some of the greatest success and also tragedy with what happened in Texas. It just seems like a desecration, but go ahead.
There you go. He's meeting today to talk about Jeffrey Epstein, ladies and gentlemen. We want to know what Bill Barr knows about Epstein being unalive. Welcome, Z-Pac. Z-Pac. Good morning, champ. How are you been? Long time no see.
I'm doing pretty well. Last night I was perusing live. And it was Gary, our good friend Gary. And I noticed that they have me, you, Donald Trump, and what appears to be a mysterious man, all in a box together.
Really? Hold on. I don't do all of this.
And this is a very, we call this Zeus derangement syndrome, especially with.
There we go.
Yeah, I don't know. There it is. Yeah. So we had Zeus, me, a mysterious man, and Donald Trump all in a box. Stage 5. TDS? Maybe we could call it ZDS.
Yeah, they got Zeus derangement.
I'm not really sure what's on my eye. I don't know what that is.
You're supposed to be crying, I guess.
I hope that's what that is. But
it looked like they gave you some of the medicine and then you started crying.
Yeah. So this is
crazy.
wild.
Yeah, this is crazy.
They also did this to you, Zeus, and I thought that you should know about it.
Let me see.
They have these memes that they're floating around.
Oh wow! Congratulations, Zeus has made it, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, when you've made it with MAGA, they get into their creative space, and this is what they're really thinking of. All right, and it's
this is
sick.
What they're doing in their free time. This is their free time activities. I just wanted to let you know.
I mean, with all of that skill, shouldn't they get a job though? With all that skill, shouldn't they at least find some gainful employment, get a job maybe at like SpaceX or
maybe they could do something in like what do they call that? The creative works. I don't know, but I like that picture of me. By the way, I think I look very good in that picture. But the thing is, it's just that you're living rent free in their heads, and you're living rent free, and we can call this ZDS. And remember our good friend Gary, our lost soul Gary, with Machine Gunner Nate. Machine Gunner Nate, our favorite angry MAGA. That guy is, I've never seen somebody that angry. He's just mad at the world.
You know why they do this, Z-Pac, right? It's because they know my story. I grew up in a red state, real red, Idaho. And I learned all their ways, and then I moved out to California, and I kind of had to let go of a lot of that stuff. A lot of that stuff is problematic, seriously. But they're stuck there. So to them, I'm like a hero. You know what I'm saying? I'm really their hero. And that's why they draw photos of me. And you're a part of that because you know what they say about you. They like to say things like, oh, Z-Pac is a white savior. And I'm going, so a person trying to take accountability for bad behavior, and, you know, not all of it's on you, right? But you're trying to do the right thing is a bad person. And I go, these people, they have warped minds. They're sick. They're suffering. And what we're going to do, Z-Pac, and I got to thank you, is we're going to keep sending these demons where they came from straight to hell. All right? And it's these kind of conversations that's doing it. MAGA Queen's getting triggered right now by the things you just said. What do you got to say to MAGA Queen, Z-Pac? Because she's in here crying every day.
I got to say, you know, maybe when your life, when Donald Trump is no longer a part of your life and, you know, maybe you try to find a hobby or maybe get back to your personality that once existed and wasn't just Donald Trump. Maybe, maybe, you will come back to earth. And I think a lot of things have happened. Maybe high school wasn't that good to you. Maybe you had some problems. You know, with relationships. There's nothing wrong with that. But, you know, I think that a lot of it is self-inflicted, and I think that a lot of it is just you know, you're very upset about life and how maybe you weren't picked in gym class. I don't know. Maybe you were one of the people that wasn't picked in gym class.
WZ-Pac. Wow.
I don't know. I was picked in gym class.
Do you feel bad saying that to her? Do you feel bad saying that?
I was a scrawny little kid, right? But I got picked because I had good skill. I was agile. I could get around. I could, you know, whip and bop and zip and tie. I'd get, you know, by good hands, could catch the ball. So
thank you.
Hey, gotta love that. But anyway, I got to get out of here because I am a corporate boy now. So
okay,
I'll talk
fair
to you
enough.
later.
Well, keep the unemployment numbers low, Z-Pac. All right. Thank you for coming up here. I appreciate it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give Z-Pac a huge round of applause. No lies detected. As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, it's a show of force this morning. And I'll try it again. We'll try to see it. Are there any Trump supporters out there that want to get up here, try to defend Donald Trump and his behavior as of late? And please, anything you got, I will debunk it in record time. It doesn't take long to do it. All right, it really does it. Let's see, who do we got? All right, put a 1 in the chat if you're a Trump supporter. Anyone but Tiny Tank Top Tim Tom, because he's not qualified to speak to us yet. All right, he has to graduate. Good morning, Nutty. How are you doing, bro?
Doing well. How about yourself?
Doing good. How did your course go over this weekend, where you're teaching the Constitution to those who are, you know, because the Bible says, "He who has ears to hear, let him hear," right?
Well, we got a little derailed, but you know that's fine. The work will continue.
Okay.
The work will continue. We're not going to let anyone or anything derail what needs to be taught. So,
I'll say this: any Trump supporters who attend Nutty's training, Nutty, Shay, who else is in it?
Val,
Nutty, Shay, Val. See, look at that. My mind's slipping and leaving me. If you attend 3 sessions of Nutty's training, I'll allow you to talk to me on TikTok. How about that? That's a deal. That's an offer you can't refuse. You gotta talk to Nut. You gotta go through 3 of their courses at least. Then I'll entertain the conversation. Then I'll know you're serious. Sorry about that, Nutty.
Can I up the ante, Zeus?
Sure.
Can I refer back to December of 2020? Was it 2023 or 2024?
Mm-hmm.
No, it was 2023. December 2023 when I had the offer on the table to pay for their one-way ticket to Russia.
Sure. Because go for it.
And I think with that came with, wasn't it 10,000 rubles?
Yep. Which
equated to something like, I think at the time it was like 3,000, maybe 3,000. I don't remember how much it was in equivalency to the dollar, but
correct.
10,000 rubles at the time. So I'll up the ante.
Yeah.
But this is before I get into my statement, Zeus, I keep hearing you say you grew up in Idaho.
Correct.
There was black people in Idaho?
True. Yeah, Air Force, Dad's Air Force, so you just don't wake up and go there, you know. I mean, at least that's not what I'm familiar with here, but that's a good thing.
Okay, and now I understand. Now I have complete understanding now, because I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. I forgot your dad was in the Air Force. So, but anyway, so my whole exhaustion comes from people worshiping the man, not even the party, not even policy. They claim policy, but it has nothing to do with policy?
Yeah.
Where is policy?
Yeah.
He said that he was going to stop wars. He said that he was going to eliminate inflation.
Mm-hmm.
He said he was going to lower the cost of gas, lower
Yeah.
the cost of groceries.
Yeah.
He said that he was going to drill baby drill.
Mm.
He said that he was just going to make America great again.
Yeah.
They should have lost the statement at again, because America has never been great.
Yeah.
America has always had the potential
Mm.
of being great.
Mm.
But we as a nation has never achieved the status of greatness.
Correct.
Now I know because we are indoctrinated, U.S. citizens, we are indoctrinated in schools. We're taught that we're great.
Mm.
But America, the United States of America, specifically, because America is a continent.
Yeah.
We've never been great.
Yeah.
None of the above. Please come up and tell me that to my face. He said, then leave then.
Oh.
You know why I'm not going to leave none of the above? Because my ancestors built this bitch.
See, Nutty, I caught you. See, then
I'll take my whipping. I'll take it like a man. My ancestors built this. Why would I leave?
Okay, now we got him. Let's keep this train on the rails because this isn't going to take long. All right, and I appreciate none of the above for getting in the box. Hey, can you calm the background down a little bit, champ?
I gotta walk around. Hold on.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah, all good. Did you? That's a little bit better. Now, welcome to the show. What I run is a very clean platform. Everybody can say things. You got to keep in mind that I gotta represent the community that I'm from, and that includes watching myself when I'm especially with my mom in here. But you made a statement, and I'm assuming you voted for Donald Trump, right?
I don't vote, but I support Trump though.
Then you know what? I ain't got nothing to say to you. Because if you didn't vote, you have no speech to say anything.
Now that's true. So why did you make that statement to my good friend? He's a very good guy, Nutty, and I know Nutty's behavior sometimes it's not for everybody. But why would you suggest that he leave when he's doing more work than you are in terms of trying to save this great country of ours? I don't get that.
California Democrats voted against the charge of soliciting a minor being a felony. So why do y'all love the pedos?
Okay. Oh. Yeah, and I thank you for using TikTok friendly language. And let me stand clear. None of us love that. So that's a lie that I'm going to ask that you please correct.
Don't go. Not a lie.
So
it's not a lie.
Okay.
Don't say that. You don't know.
You know what I find? You know what I find?
Don't know.
So
it's a fact.
Okay. I thought we were being gentlemen and being honest.
You asked him a question and he completely ignored your question and went to something else.
And it's typical MAGA behavior, sir.
Ignored your question,
sir. Let's make this very clear. No person that I know, especially us Democrats, support P3DOs. And if you're gonna make a statement like that, you've basically opened up the question about the Epstein files. What is your take on why Donald Trump hasn't released them?
He's told them to release them.
No. What?
He's told them to release them within like the past couple weeks.
So, have they been released? Let's play the way. I'll play it your way. So, you believe he's told them to release them? How come they haven't been released?
That I don't know.
And I appreciate your honesty. I appreciate your honesty.
Why didn't Biden release them?
No. So Trump is in them.
Bill and Hillary Clinton.
None of the above. None of the above. And again, I've already discussed this ad nauseum. In May, you know who Pam Bondi is?
Yeah, that's that one lady.
That's his hand-picked attorney general. Did you know she was also the attorney general when Epstein got the first sweetheart deal in Florida? Did you know that?
I might have heard that.
Okay, so isn't it interesting? She's now Donald Trump's attorney general. And get this. Back in May, she went and had a meeting with Donald Trump and let him know his name is all over the files. Right?
His name isn't though.
No, no,
That's a
no,
lie.
no. So listen to what I'm telling you. She confirmed it is.
Epstein's
So
lawyer
let
said
so let that sink in for a quick second, because I don't got all morning. Nutty, am I lying?
Absolutely not.
Chat, am I lying? Because I'm here to try to help you get on an understanding. All of us should be against P3 deals. All of us should be. Thank you, chat. So I'm not lying. She confirmed with him he's in the files. Shortly after, there's a statement coming out from the DOJ that says no more investigations. It's over. You heard about that, right?
No.
Okay. But you know all about California Democrats. So this is the part where I feel like we're playing games, because you got to know the latest information to even have these kind of discussions. You can't be totally lost on where Donald Trump is at with releasing the files, but have all this smoke for the Democrats. Nutty, do you have a problem with any Democrat going to jail if they get caught being, doing things that are dangerous and harmful to children? Do you have a problem with that, Nutty?
I don't care.
Everybody needs to go.
No, nothing. I was talking to Nutty. I
don't care what political party you are part of. If you break the law, you should be held accountable.
Do you agree with that? None of the above?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So none of us up here are pro P3 deal, but what we are trying to do is get to
He doesn't agree with that. He doesn't agree with that, because even though he's a sorry sore loser and didn't vote,
Mm-hmm.
He said he supports a criminal. He supports a criminal, but yet he wanted to have a got you moment with you talking about the state of California and protecting P3DOs when he actually supports a 3PDO.
None of the above. You get what just happened to you.
Because nobody is ever wrongfully convicted, right?
No, Nutty.
So now
I'm not
we're
Nutty.
going there.
Nutty, I'm sorry. Go for it, Nutty. I'm sorry.
Now we're going there. So now Donald Trump is a black man who got caught up in the two-tier justice system, and the justice system is not fair to Donald Trump because everybody wants to come after Donald Trump. Go ahead and cry some more.
Nobody ever wrongfully accuses a rich person either, right?
So none of the above. These are questions, and they're distracting me from getting to the point. What Nutty is saying is that you're aware Donald Trump is a criminal, right? I didn't ask you to agree. I didn't ask you to agree with it, but you're aware on paper he's a criminal, correct? Because in reality, we go off of the black and white, right? On black and white, he's a criminal, correct?
The law does, yeah.
No. According to the
law does, yeah.
What was that?
The law does, yeah.
Okay, so he's a criminal. Is it difficult for you to say that?
No.
Okay, all right. Because when people ask me questions like, did Joe Biden have documents that he shouldn't have had? I'll say, yeah, he did. That's what they found. It's easy to say, right? So I think it would be a lot easier for us to move on as a country if you could just be a little more honest. So Nutty is saying, Donald Trump is a criminal, and you vote and you support him. You don't want to admit you voted for him, but you support him. Fact.
I mean, I support him, yeah.
Yeah, okay, thank you. You also know that 26 women have accused him of SA. You know what that is?
I've heard, yeah.
Okay, and one E. Jean Carroll, they found that he was actually liable for SA and defamation. So you have that evidence, and you still support that, right?
That's already been proven to be false.
Okay, and then let me ask you this, because this is the last thing, and then I'll know everything I need to know about you.
That's the one.
This is the last part, because you said something about protecting the children. What do you think of this?
If Ivanka weren't my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her.
Let me play it again.
If Ivanka weren't my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her.
Okay, hold on.
What's the favorite thing you have in common with your father?
Either real estate or golf.
Donald, with your daughter?
Well, I was going to say sex, but I can't relate that.
Do you have children?
Yeah.
You have a daughter?
Life.
You have a daughter?
Yeah.
Do you have SE eggs in common with your daughter, like Trump does with his?
No.
Huh?
No.
So what would you say about a father saying something like that to their daughter? Does that make you think, this guy's a bad father? Now I bet you're gonna make an excuse, but it was a yes or no.
He shouldn't have said that. No.
Okay, great. Now, did you know this same guy? Did you know this same guy was in photographs and videos with Jeffrey Epstein? Knew him for 15 years and actually said Epstein's a terrific guy. Did you know that?
a long time ago, but yeah.
So, did I ask you how long ago?
He's rich. They go to they
So
accumulate around the same people.
okay, great. So you know it. It's true. He was friends with Epstein, right?
Yeah, he was.
Okay. Epstein went to his wedding. And did you know his DOJ was the one that actually got him in prison, and then he's somehow mysteriously ended up unalive? You know that? Because I want to make sure you understand what it looks like to all of us right now. Right now, you got up here with energy saying you protecting kids, so to speak. But everything I'm giving you shows that Donald Trump is the one doing harmful things to children, and you just can't bring yourself to acknowledge this. And the last thing I'm going to say is this. You are aware his DOJ met with Ghislaine Maxwell, Epstein's girlfriend, who was convicted of this stuff, right? And then put her in a low security prison and given her special treatment. You're aware of this, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what does that say to you? What does that say to you that Donald Trump could do all of that, but he's failed to release the files? What does that say to you? It says to me he's guilty, all right? And so none of the above. I need you to, because you seem like a nice person, but you play too many games, right? And the games you're playing, it's just making it very difficult for me to keep going. But I think you have enough information, bro, to see who the real P3DO is. I think you have enough information now, all right?
Can we correct the record, because there's 1.7K people in here, and that he said something categorically not true that I want to correct the record. When you were speaking on not Ghislaine, when you were speaking on E. Jean Carroll, he said that was proven to be false. Sir, you are a liar.
That's not true. He lost two
You are
cases.
a liar.
So
It was not proven to be false because he got found civilly liable in civil court for S.A.ing E. Jean Carroll. He was found liable from a jury of his peers. You know how our judicial system works? They saw beyond a preponderance of evidence. Based on the evidence that they saw, he was found civilly liable, sir. And if it were not for the statute of limitations, it would have been a criminal course. Not course, but it would have been a criminal charge, sir, where he would have been found guilty.
we got photos of Donald Trump saying and doing stuff with children, sir, and we could play it, and the show would go for days if we played it. It's just it's incredible to me that as an adult, we have people in this country like you who really can't bring themselves to call it like it is. I don't get it.
You mean like Biden?
Right.
All the videos
Okay, and so we've already done the Biden shuffle. We've done Nutty. We've done the Biden shuffle quite a bit. The Democrat shuffle,
the Biden shuffle, the Obama shuffle, the Clinton shuffle.
Tired.
I ain't seen no video.
Listen, the Biden shuffle was a hit.
I'm up there sniffing kids and shit.
Wait, please don't curse on the show. You know, I just said it. You know, my mom and my community, they listen to me, and they're holding me accountable to try to have engaging conversations with people on the other side of the aisle that are on the up and up, because some of them let their children listen to the broadcast. All right, and if you really want to protect the children, let's try to keep it clean. All right. The thing is this: sniffing children isn't a crime. Yeah, it's funny. It's funny. But honestly, it's not. But you know what is a crime? What Jeffrey E. did and what Ghislaine Maxwell did.
And what Donald Trump did.
So where's the outrage?
I would like to make a proposal, Zeus, before he gets out of here.
Fair enough.
I will adopt your children and they can call me daddy, because it's obvious that I will protect them, especially your little girl. I will protect them more than you can ever protect them.
My daughter's 24.
Because I will still protect you.
Well, you know, I don't like bringing the children in. But I get what Nutty is saying. But what we want to do, sir, because, you know, I run a very clean operation. We give people the opportunity to get rehabilitated, and it's either lake of fire or it's not, right? And I'm just concerned that given the information you and I and Nutty have just kind of ironed out, you still don't want to let go of supporting Donald Trump, right?
Nope.
So you're pro P3DO. And get that, you're no better than the Democrats. In the world you come from, you're no better than the Democrats, bro. Because there's not a person in here that thinks it's acceptable to harm children. And when you have so much evidence against Donald Trump like you do, imagine those clips that I played, the photos, all being President Biden. You would all be ready to throw him straight to hell. But you need more information to prove it's him, right? So let me ask you one more question. You say you're in a relationship, and I've asked this question of all Trump supporters, and your significant other is walking out of the house of your best friend. Would you think that there was something going on?
Me, no.
If you seen your best friend, your significant other walking out of your best friend's house, you wouldn't think they had anything going on.
Well, I have my reasons to say no, but
No. Be sincere. Be sincere.
I am.
So you don't think that?
I don't.
Okay, I get how you are, and that's just everything. Because no. So why would you?
Better.
So if you don't,
it's all right.
No. But you said Biden sniffing kids. That makes you feel like something's going on. But your girlfriend walking out of your best friend's house doesn't. I've heard enough, bro. And I know when people are lying to me, because when I was growing up as a kid, there would be a point when you get in trouble with your parents when they just know you're just lying, and judgment is time. It's time for judgment. Yeah, we've caught you lying. W Zeus, we caught him lying. So you wanna at least try to clear this up, or let me just do what I need to do, because I don't got all morning to deal with liars.
I got 2 feet reason to say that I'm not lying.
Ooh, about what?
Yeah, my girlfriend wouldn't be doing something.
Okay, give me the first one. I'll buy it. I'll take the bait.
I said 2 feet reason.
What's that? It's a joke. I get it. It's no.
It's not a joke.
So you know what that is? I got 2 feet reason too. And none of the above. You're welcome to continue to listen to this broadcast, but unfortunately, judgment has arrived. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a MAGA demon caught out of the wild. We caught him right in the wild. He's captured in a cage, and you can see how he behaves. He's a disgusting human being, and unfortunately, he's worthy of a first-class trip where? Straight to hell!
Silence, you MAGA demon!
W Nutty. Sorry, Nutty. Sorry, Nutty, but we had to do that. You asked him to come up here, bro.
It's all good, man. First of all, he does not have the mental capacity to even have this conversation.
No.
Because you're the host. I'm gonna take your lead every time I'm in your space. But for me, I'm just done talking. When you said that you didn't vote, automatically, it's just a non-starter for me.
Yeah.
I don't care about anything you have to say where it comes to politics.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't exercise your duty, not even right, but duty to vote. And the last thing I am going to say.
Go ahead.
Please, if you're not registered to vote, don't let everything that's going on in our nation distract you from making sure that your registration is valid.
Mm-hmm.
And that you get your nasty behind out to the polls this midterm election.
Amen.
Because people can say what they want to say.
Yeah.
The fear is real.
Mm-hmm.
But be not weary in well-doing, for in due season we shall reap if we faint not.
Amen.
Just make sure you jump through every hoop that they're making you jump through. Because they're banking on you not getting to the polls to vote.
Amen.
And we are going to show up in mass numbers, and we're going to vote, and we're going to get these demons out. Thank you.
Amen. 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 W Nutty. And you know what that just made me think about? You know what that just made me think about, ladies and gentlemen? W Gavin Newsom. See that, MAGA? We got a real leader this November. We're going to go to the polls and we're going to save democracy as it is. All right. Yeah, we're going to do the whole election rigging fixing act out here in California. And you got to give it to Gavin Newsom. That is his real hair. All right. And we got more incredible pictures, ladies and gentlemen. This is, you want to see something, MAGA? Yeah. That's Gavin Newsom. Cooking you, MAGA demons. Look at that. Shout out to Gavin Newsom. You know, there's a thing they go, oh, am I doing this right? You know, am I doing it right? Yeah, well, you're doing it right. Gulf of Gavin Newsom. Gulf of Gavin Newsom. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, you know, Gavin Newsom is taking on a lot. Oh, well, you know what? Let me see if this one works. Oh, no, that one doesn't work. All right, but this is a photo. It says, it's none of your business what him and Putin talked about. All right, that's a funny one, too. I forgot to show you that, but look at that. Someone wrote Trump is the GOAT. You look at that. Look at what's on his face. And he's saying, it's none of your business what him and Putin were talking about. Okay, you and Putin do whatever you and Putin did. That's between y'all two. All right, W. Zeus. Sorry, Mom. I didn't mean to do that, but I didn't say what it was. It is what it is. And by the way, there's a story out there, and I just want to get this out there. How many of you heard about this truck driving accident that happened in Florida? What is his name? Harjinder Singh. This is an immigrant who came in. Well, actually, he came into the country illegally, and he did a little U-turn out there in the state of Florida. And they're trying to blame Governor Gavin Newsom for this. You heard about this stuff? And I just want to make sure MAGA understands this. I've looked into it, and it's not going to work because he came in 2018. And guess who was president? Donald Trump, W. Zeus. Donald Trump was the president, so you can't blame that on Gavin. Now, did the California Department of Motor Vehicle issue him a CDL, perhaps? Yeah, but he was running a business in the state of Florida when he did that. And so the question it becomes, why did the federal government fail you, MAGA? And you can't blame Gavin Newsom because, you know, AB 60 was passed in 2013, and Gavin wasn't the governor, all right? He was just upholding the law. So California is a joke? Okay, hold on, Renee. You come up here if you don't mind, Renee. If you don't mind, Renee, come on up here. It's just you and I. It's the opportunity of a lifetime for you, Renee. It's your time to have a one-on-one with Big Zeus. And you know what? I'll be a little nice if you don't mind, but please come on up here, Renee. And if your name is really Renee, or maybe Renee is one of the Russian bears, because you know they come in here with their backup accounts and screen record. So maybe it's one of the bears. All right, Renee, go get your main account and then come on back and talk to Big Zeus. All right, and I'll straighten you right out. Because Renee is delusional. Yeah. They never. Someone wrote ghetto Renee. I can't. Y'all got a lot of good clapbacks in the chat today. I got to give it to you. Good morning, handsome liberal. W to handsome liberal. That's my brother out there. All right, shout out to you. All right. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Who do we got this morning? Good morning, Straight Facts. Welcome to the show. How you doing, sis?
What's going on? How you doing, Zeus?
I'm doing all right. Just, you know, I'm dealing with this scenario, this situation we got going on right now. I'm waiting to hear. Are you watching what's happening with this meeting right now?
Yeah, I'm watching definitely, and I'm actually kind of excited to see how it plays out because I wonder if he's gonna play the bubblegum tough guy on Zelensky this time, because I think what they're coming to do is come and force like, hey, listen, this is you are not gonna play this game with us and pretend like Putin is the good guy this time. Mm-hmm. You are in front of your allies.
Thank you.
So now it's what you call either he gonna, you know, do it or get off the pot. You know, I'm trying not to cuss on the line.
Thank you.
He gonna get it done or he gonna get off the pot.
Amen.
The only thing that he can do, the only option he has. Now, I also see that you touched on a little bit of what I was going to talk about with Gavin Newsom. He is trolling the shit. Oh, excuse me.
Got that. I get you. She'll forgive you. My mama forgive you.
He is trolling the mess. I'm sorry, mama. Out of Trump. And what's funny is that MAGA running around here talking about, oh, that's childish. But you know what? We can be childish just back. See, they don't know how to handle it when somebody does the same thing Trump does. So let me show you this one because I really think that you missed one. A couple of them. I'm going to show you a couple of them that I have. Hold on.
Newsom's not a joke, Renee. You're a joke. Sorry, Straight Facts. How does it feel, MAGA? Right, W Tara in the chat. So
now, this one right here, Zeus, is my favorite.
I never seen that one. Woo! Wow.
So,
and they got the California flag too. That's my. Wow.
when I say it is trolling to the highest extent, I love each and every moment of it. MAGA, you are not the only one who can troll. Gavin Newsom is doing a good job of trolling as well. And let me explain something else to you guys. Yeah. If the economy was so hot and doing so well, then why is he trying to gerrymander 5 seats in Texas? Yeah. Why is he out here talking about firing Jerome Powell? They mad at Jerome Powell. Why did he fire that BLS woman? We all know that when we go to the grocery store, our groceries are higher than what they were before. Nobody's stupid. We have smartphones in our hands now, Zeus, and we can check all this information in real time. And that's really why they're mad. But give me just a second, Zeus. I got another one that I want to put up here. Just a second.
Yeah.
Because now this one here is my absolute favorite.
Hey, MAGA getting cooked every day, every second. How you doing this, Straight Facts? Wow.
That one is my absolute favorite because look how silly it looks. It looked silly to you at the time when he was doing it. Or didn't look silly to you at the time he was doing it, and it looks silly to you for Gavin Newsom to do it. You know that you are in a cult. That mess looks a hot mess. Bingo. We know what's going on, man. Yeah. There's absolutely nothing that you can say that's going to trick us into believing that what you did was pick the right person because he's a laughing stock. You guys are talking about the United States of America are no longer being laughed at. They're getting a better laugh than they did before. When Biden met people at the White House, the person didn't have to bring help to make sure he didn't get bullied. And that's what's going on. They're bringing help from our other allies to make sure that Donald Trump doesn't bully Zelensky this time. Wow. Make sure that he understands who is the enemy. And we're laughing and joking about it, but to be honest with you, it's really it's really sad.
Amen.
It really tells a story, a microcosm of what actually is going on right now in real life in the United States of America. You guys know full well that, let me get the other one that they really hate. Just a second, because this is the one. Hold on.
Go for it.
This one right here is the scorecard that we care about. And you guys cannot fake it, funk it, misinterpret it, propaganda it, misinformation it. This is what's going on. Those two gentlemen have a better record than Trump. And there's absolutely nothing that you guys can do about it. You guys can do fake and fluster all you want to. You guys can pretend like the 2020 election, because we know that the only person that Donald Trump lost to was a man. Why y'all talking that mess? It was a man. It was a good man. And the other man that he lost to, the other man he lost to in his mind, which is Obama, is even a better man. Obama has a Nobel Peace Prize, and Trump will never. And that's the reason why they went and bombed Oklahoma, because they knew that we were succeeding and we were doing better.
Amen.
They hollered that segregation equal, separate but equal. But then when we are equal, then when we are separate and we're successful and we're doing good, they're jealous. So I tell you what.
What's that?
It's no need to try to separate ourselves, because they're going to find us everywhere we go, because they're that nosy. So all we have to do, you guys, is continue succeeding. Continue being the blueprint. Continue making these people not understand how we built the pyramids. Because as long as they don't know how we built those pyramids, that is going to be the magic that we have as black people. Since you want to lump us all under one race, and that's black, well, we're going to show you how strong we are. Separated, we are ants. Together, we're giants. And watch us work. Watch us work, baby.
Amen.
I'm getting up out of here. You already know I can't stay that long, because I really have a job to go to, unlike other people that claim they have jobs that really don't up here in the kind of streets. So
Amen.
Get on up out of here. I appreciate the gifts, you guys. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. And stock up on your groceries, because they're not going to get any cheaper.
They're not getting any cheaper. Oh my gosh. W Straight Facts. Thank you, sis. I appreciate that. No lies detected. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, it's a show of force. We are We are unlocking a lot of truth this morning, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, look at that, look at that, look at that. Guess who we have? Oh, it's Poker Dad. Welcome, Poker Dad. How are you doing, bro? Nice to see you. Are you there? Are you there? I think you got you. Are you there, Poker Dad? I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Are you there? Let's see. Let's see. Anyone can hear Poker Dad? I can't hear Poker Dad. I cannot hear you. I see red bars. Nope. No, we can't hear you. No, they cannot hear you. You might have to get onto some stronger Wi-Fi if you don't mind. Get onto some of that Biden Wi-Fi, that Kamala Harris Wi-Fi, super strong. All right, it'll do a lot to help you. All right, but you see what we're doing, ladies and gentlemen. You know, I haven't heard from Poker Dad in a while. It'd be nice to hear and see what he's got to say. All right, because we've been covering a lot of things this morning, and I'm curious. What did I say that may have triggered and got him to be, willing to come up here and check in with Big Zeus? Good morning, Poker Dad. How about now?
Good morning. Triggered? Why would I ever be triggered?
Well, what did I say that actually, may have stimulated some thought in your area, if you don't mind? Because I've been covering a lot, you see, and I don't get to hear from you that often. So what is it?
Well, I just obviously, you brought up the whole thing about the semi truck driver, which
one in Florida, the Florida thing. Yeah, I did mention that because they're trying to go after Governor Gavin Newsom,
which is just asinine. How we can even turn this into a political thing?
Mm-hmm.
But if we're going to be forced to turn this into a political thing, we can go there.
Oh, fair enough.
The fact of the shame of it is I unfortunately I did witness the aftermath of this accident. I was actually driving back home from Disney World, and I did see this. I got caught in the traffic from
wow. Yeah.
It was a horrific scene, and the fact that these videos even got sent out the way they did. The word is supposedly the passenger of this vehicle is the one that was actually taking the videos and shared it with the world.
Right.
It was disgusting to me. This was more than just being a negligent driver. There was something that was absolutely on his mind. And if anyone knows this area of the Turnpike corridor, there's no such thing as a U-turn there.
Yeah. Well, okay, so people are asking what happened because, I know what happened. I seen the videos and it came across my radar because I watch and see who's trying to go after Governor Gavin Newsom. And so I dove into this matter. But you're from the area, so maybe you could kind of update the audience real quickly on what actually happened because this is serious and you got to look out for it because MAGA's going to try to weaponize this.
So the fact of the matter is this area of this Turnpike corridor, which goes between South Florida and the Orlando area. And when you get past a certain exit, which is where he was, you have about a 35, 40 mile stretch where you don't have another exit. So the claim is that he missed his exit and he was not going to be able, he didn't want to go all the way to the next exit. Fact of the matter is this driver went all the way to the shoulder of the road to swing a U-turn in the opposite direction to get onto the southbound side of the highway.
Right.
It is literally impossible to do this. Not only did he do it, it's almost like he waited for the right time to do it. It was literally, if any of you happen to come across the video and watch it, you can see how fast he pulls out, and the vehicle that was coming had no chance to stop. There was something else on this man. In my opinion, I have no facts on this.
Yeah.
In my opinion, there was something else on this individual's mind.
Type it, because they're asking where. You can type his name in. Harjinder Singh, Harjinder Singh, Harjinder Singh, Singh. You can go look it up. Just type in that name and then, illegal U-turn Florida. And you'll see this in the and it was so sad because it was a minivan, and they said all three passengers, they lost their life because he did this illegal U-turn and on part of the highway that was illegal to do the U-turn. And they're going, well, why is it became a political issue? So maybe you can tell us all why it's political now, Poker Dad, because you keep, you've seen it.
Right. Yes. So the fact of the matter is this individual I guess supposedly came in via Mexico. He's a Middle Eastern individual that came in through Mexico back in I don't know if it was 16 or 18, whenever
2018,
it was.
2018, under the Trump administration, illegally.
And then he somehow received a CDL without being a legal citizen in the state of California.
Indian. He's Indian. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, he got a CDL in California. Yep.
And then he came to Florida, the free state of DeSantis, Florida.
Okay.
And somehow got a trucking business.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, he's flourishing. He's doing well for himself. He has a big, beautiful, $750,000 home outside the Orlando area.
Wow.
And but the point of this is now they're going to take something to where one person did something ugly, and now we're going to turn this into a political issue because somehow Gavin Newsom let him come across the border.
Wow. And you see,
and here's my thing, right? This is what my thing about this is obviously we always know that politics is opportunistic, right? There's always going to be something that comes up that we can try to make some sort of political angle on. Here's what I'll be pissed off about.
Talk to him.
If this individual did what he did and what I believe he did, and again, maybe I'm a little bit hurt myself because I had to witness it. I don't believe for 1 minute he should be deported. I believe that he should be held to the fullest extent of the law. I would happily pay my tax dollars to make sure that he rots in hell in the lake of fire here in the United States.
Thank you. Yeah, we're going to let him rot in hell. And I don't like to do that. Because that's a crime, and you're suggesting that if they deport him, then he's not going to be held accountable for what he did.
Correct.
Okay, fair enough. I mean, there's a lot of people have different opinions about that. Some people, because I think, why does the United States got to pay for this? But, that's 3 people's lives that were taken because he, and it looked, if you watch the video, he just looked like he didn't even care when he did it. Seriously. And so what that means, but what about them trying to say Governor Gavin Newsom let him in? That's not true.
That's what doesn't make sense to me. Well, it's just like, everyone wants to blame every other administration, right? The timeline just, the math ain't mathing, bro.
Thank you. All right, so thank you. It's not Governor Gavin Newsom. Trump let him in.
That Gavin Newsom did make a statement against it.
Thank you. He did.
And he said, obviously, this is something that shouldn't have happened, and it needs to be fixed.
Thank you. And I got to say it, W. Poker. So you see, Democrats have the ability to actually take accountability in this instance because, yes, the AB 60, I believe, it was passed in 2013 under Governor Jerry Brown, not Gavin Newsom. And you know what? This has now happened, right? Somebody ended up getting a CDL, and they came in the country illegally, and they registered in Florida. And it just shows there's a break in and there's failure within the government. And I think, honestly, this goes to the real issue. We need to come up with a comprehensive way of addressing immigration in this country, right? I mean, because that's the best way to deal with it, I think.
Well, it's a long-term plan, like any business plan. When you're talking about macroeconomics, you're looking at the long term, right?
Yeah.
If you're going to clean things up, you have to clean it up a piece at a time.
Yeah.
No one wants criminals into this country, no matter who we are. Democrats, Republicans, no matter who it is, you don't want criminals here.
Thank you,
We want
Poker
people
Dad.
that are going to add to society, no matter who they are.
Fair enough.
Why are we choosing to marginalize the families, the people that have been here for 20 and 30 years raising families?
Thank you.
And then we're going to separate them from their loved ones to send them back somewhere.
Thank
we
you.
have an individual like this that, was clearly negligent, doing, and again, I would hate to see if there's any other investigation on this. There was zero remorse into this individual.
Yeah.
On top of that, the person that was in the truck with him was videoing the whole thing.
Yeah.
And it got to the internet super quick. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's almost like he's looking at himself as the hero.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
Yeah. W Poker Dad. Poker Dad, there's a knucklehead in the chat, Bama Butterbean. When you said nobody wants to have people in this country that are in here illegally committing crimes, no matter Democrat or Republican, Bama Butterbean said you're lying. Could you please talk to this Bama Butterbean knuckle dragger and help him understand why that statement you said is actually factual and not rooted in conspiracy? Because part of what we're doing here is we're trying to simplify things for the cult members, so to speak, if you don't mind.
No, for sure.
Thank you.
I mean, do you choose to live next door to criminals? Do you choose to have yourself in danger, your family in danger? Because, hey, I want to make sure that the bad guys are here. I love trying to be a hero every day to save the world.
Yeah.
No.
Thank you.
I would like to live in peace. How about you, Zeus? You want to live in peace?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Thank you.
So let's clean up the mess and make sure that the mess doesn't get, thrown back again.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. W Poker Daddy, conservative, cross-dresser, Democrat, whatever you want to call yourself, please knock it off. Nothing's funny about what happened out there. If you've been following what's been going on, there's a real problem going on in this country, and you think it's a joke. All right. Well, listen. All right, Poker Dad. Well, I think we've laid it down like a carpenter this morning, bro. I appreciate it. All right.
No worries, man.
But if you have some of your haters, they might want to come up here and ask you some more questions. Then you might end up being asked to come back up here. But I think you've basically put them in their place where they belong, and so I appreciate that seriously from the bottom of my heart. I got more
where that came from, bro.
Thank you, appreciate it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give it up to Poker Dad. Wow, what an incredible. Because I don't get to talk to Poker Dad often, and this is what it is. I mean, obviously, we're hitting places and doing things that are very, very impactful. Yeah, see, you got to make sure you check in with the people all over. W to all of you in the chat. Okay. I see you guys are going to make me work a little extra this morning, but don't worry. I see. Good morning, Santana. How are you doing, bro?
Good morning.
Good morning. I'm doing all right. What about you? You okay? You want to do the saucy way? You want to be saucy this morning? Okay, don't worry.
Listen.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that's Santana. But remember, him and Nutty can only go so far in the kingdom. All right. But yes, thank you. Greetings, Val. I see you. All right. So what do you got for us?
Listen. So Zeus, If I can just get a few minutes, I would actually like to give a little bit of inside kind of breaking news about the meeting that occurred on Friday between Trump and Putin.
Fair enough. Yeah.
All right. So I had the opportunity to speak with a journalist that works for AP News. They actually cover AP News for Germany.
Thank you.
And they were in Alaska for the Trump-Putin summit. And a lot of super interesting stuff came out of it. So first and foremost, apparently the Trump administration is basically doing pay to play, right? For the press, they weren't just giving out press passes. They were telling the press specifically you would have to actually purchase a press pass in this kind of combo style deal, right? Where they would charge anywhere from $500 to $10,000. Now, with that being said, they weren't telling people like, hey, it's going to be this amount. They would just say like, hey, you let us know if you want to come, if you want to be a part, and we'll tell you how much you have to pay.
Right.
Now, on the inverse of that, the Russian press team had access. They didn't have to worry about paying. They got access. And specifically, BBC has a Russian coverage, and they were able to get direct access with no cost because they were with Russia.
Right.
So that was the first thing.
That's to me, isn't that a crime?
Yeah, I don't know if it's necessarily a crime or how it works, but it's interesting that they tried to charge in order just for media to have coverage.
Right.
And even more so. So apparently, like, of course, Anchorage, Alaska, there's very limited space or hotels or whatever because it's not like a real tourist destination. So even though they were holding it there, anyone that was trying to get a hotels were charging $1,000 a night to stay.
Highway robbery.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the press corps that normally travels with the president on Air Force One or whatever, they couldn't actually stay. So they had to take a red eye into Anchorage and then back out the same day because they couldn't get rooms.
Wow.
Right.
Wow.
So then also, with the Russian media, apparently the Russian media was over the moon thrilled.
Wow.
They were super excited. They specifically were telling the other media members that they could not believe that the Russian president was actually welcomed on U.S. soil and was allowed to actually be here and actually get a seat at the table.
Wow.
Like they were actually giddy about the entire situation, and they kept looking at it as a massive win. And even as of right now, they're running it on state TV as a massive win.
Wow. What a disgrace. What a disgrace. I mean, we've never looked so weak and incompetent in all of American history. George Washington would be rolling in his grave, super livid because of where we're at right now. What a disgrace.
Now, another thing is, of course, the meeting was supposed to be way longer. They were supposed to have they were supposed to have lunch. They
Yeah.
were supposed to have a hour-long working
Yeah.
session. No, I'm sorry, 2-hour working session. The actual Q&A process was supposed to be an hour, but it was only 10 minutes. It was all completely cut short because Putin didn't want to do any of it. Now, Zeus, there's two things that I'm going to leave you with, and they're like just the right.
Go ahead, brother.
So when I say Putin didn't want to be there, apparently Putin came from Moscow to Anchorage, and the way that he flew, he had to fly through. I guess is basically the east coast of Russia.
Yeah.
And he had to stop at a location where they're building a factory. There's a facility. And so he stopped at the facility and did an inspection of the facility. He spent more time there doing the inspection at the facility versus the time that he spent in Alaska. So Zeus, he was like, I'm heading out that way. I'll stop by anyway.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
It looks suspicious, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Where's ice when you need him, right?
Exactly. And the last but not least, on a kind of personal note, apparently it's confirmed Trump's a farter. Trump passes gas a lot and all the time. So
he has weak bowels.
Apparently it's really bad, and it's a whole thing with the press. Like the press, like they talk about it all the time. So
wow. So he's in there passing gas. You know what they say? It smells like Santana. It smells like ketchup, skunk oil, poop. And Febreze. That's what they say he smells like. Can you believe that? Could you imagine sitting in the back seat of the Beast? It's 90 degrees in there, and that odor hits you. Well, I mean, it's disgusting, but for some strange reason, his supporters love it. I mean, W. Santana, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, someone wrote eggs.
Did you see the picture of Putin covering his nose when they were in the Beast?
Yeah, I did see that. And that's something. So what do you think that was about? Huh?
He's a farter.
Disgusting.
That's Trump.
Wow, ladies and gentlemen, you can't make this stuff up. But Santana is right, ladies and gentlemen. And so, with that being said, bro, you going live again later today?
Yeah. I'll be live. I think I'm actually gonna go live this morning because I got a little bit of time. So,
well, listen, bro, ladies and gentlemen, this is my brother Santana. Make sure you go keep. And by the way, I heard that record that you made. I mean, the bars and the flow sparring with Santana. That record it's actually very catchy. So good job, because it's awesome.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I love it. It's my pride and joy.
Who did the flow? Who did the flow? Was that you?
No.
Oh, okay. I thought you was getting busy.
No. There's someone that I actually I reach out to him. I let him know, like, because there's a couple of different shows, a couple of different premises, different fields, and I let him know. I was like, hey, this is what it is. This is what I think. This is what we do. And he made 3 amazing tracks. I mean, all of them are absolutely amazing.
Yeah. Well, I wish. I mean, I listened to it and I said, wow, this is amazing stuff. So keep up the great work. And you're right. Your friend Parker, he followed Big Zeus back. So I said, wow, thank you for making that happen. I mean, Santana, ladies and gentlemen, he's the real deal.
Listen, I told him, I said, wait. You don't know Zeus? Oh, you got to check him out.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So he's making bridges and he's building friendships all on this app. You got to give it, Santana. Thank you, sir. Seriously, I appreciate that.
Absolutely, I appreciate you.
Maybe one of these days I'll show up on Parker's show and do a little, thing, and then he'll come over here just like that. You all are welcome over here anytime. All right, seriously.
Absolutely.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. W. Santana. Listen to that, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, wow, what an incredible thing. All right, look at the time, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, thank you, please. But it wouldn't be a real show without Val showing up, all right? And then, Val, you're going to have to be the last guest. And I wanted to get to others, especially Q-Dog, but Big Zeus has to run. I mean, I didn't know it was going to be this way, but I love you all, seriously. How you doing, Val?
Yeah, I just wanted to take care of a couple pieces of stupid information today.
Never stupid, because you have people here, especially your haters, like Junior in the chat. And Junior, I know who your real name is, by the way. Go get your main account. Sorry.
Yeah, get your bank account. Anyway, let's address the problem with the bill in California, right? The one that he wanted to bring up, the California Democrats are trying to protect pedos.
Yeah,
right?
the election rigging act.
No, it was the pedos deal.
Oh.
Yeah. That one. So
Yeah.
let's
Okay.
address that one first. First off, this was a bill that was introduced during C-19 for C-19 measures for reporting. Okay, for how they reported. The bill was done in August and ended in April of 2021. Okay, it was a 1-year bill on how people report. The reason it says that P3DOs are exempt is because they cannot go under that. They had to continue to report the way they've reported their entire time. They were not exempt from that bill for that reason. That was one, you know what I'm saying? That was one of the things about it. And the only people making this claim back then was the Senate Republican Committee. Okay, so it was all BS from the beginning. So take that and shove it wherever you want to.
Yeah.
And then so that was one of them. And on the press thing that I'll go to the next to the press thing that Santana just brought up.
Yeah.
That's a story I read. That's a story I read this morning. I've kind of been doing some research on it.
Yeah. Wow.
There is no specific law. Okay.
Darn it.
But hold on.
Darn it.
Hold on. It's better than that. It does fall under laws of bribery and corruption. Okay. And here's the conclusion. While there isn't a specific statute that makes charging the press access illegal, such actions could trigger other laws related to bribery and lobbying, and would certainly raise serious questions about journalistic ethics. It is essential to consider the intent behind such actions and ensure transparency to maintain accountability of the public trust. Okay, so that's, you know what I'm saying? There is laws that do protect against this, just nothing actual specific because it's never been done before.
Right. Thank you, Val W. I mean, it's like every day Trump comes up with a new way to grift. Isn't that incredible? And
that's what it is. That's all it is a grift, right?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's and it puts the press in a bad place.
Yeah.
It really does. That's not what we want from our press. Our press should not be having to pay. You know what I'm saying? To go, especially a political, a political event like this. This is something that the public should have as much access to as possible.
Right.
And I mean, I understand security concerns and those types of things. That's a different, that's a different program. But, and then the other one was the accident that y'all just talked about before.
Oh, the one Poker Dad just brought up. Yeah.
The one Poker Dad just brought up.
Yeah.
I want to get some things straight here. One, we're actually giving some information we don't know that's quite true yet in this investigation. Saying that he came over illegally could be actually the case, but somewhere along the line, this man had to be in the process. Had to be. Okay? Because if this man was able to get a license, a business license,
good point,
buy a home, okay, and everything that's happened, not to mention a federal license too, because you have to have a federal license for what he did.
Correct.
Somewhere along the line, this man had to be in the system. Okay, I want to consider that. Now, I'm not saying that to make this man good because he's not. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I saw the video. It was disgusting.
Thank you.
Okay, it was disgusting.
Evil what he did.
It was evil what he did. Yeah, absolutely. And somebody that should not be in the road in a semi.
Correct.
But we need to be careful how we talk about this because somewhere along the line, because this would have had to have been 2 states failures, a city failure, and a federal failure. Okay, that didn't happen. It didn't get through all of that. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
Without scrutiny of some sort.
Yeah.
And so that's, especially a $500,000 home and everything that goes along with that.
Yeah.
Everything that has to happen with that. Somewhere along the line, this man is in the system.
Yeah. Okay. I agree. Do you think that, what was I going to say? So is it indicative, I guess, of a larger issue when it comes to addressing immigration so to speak. Do you think that could be possibly where the failure is? Like, because I don't think, Trump is talking about the borders closed, but I'm like, but has the issue with immigration been fixed? Right, to your point, if he's in the system, then maybe he's somewhere stuck. I don't know, and that could be an issue.
Is he stuck in something? I mean, somewhere he had to have gotten a green card, right? Because you have to have tax numbers and stuff like that to do these types of things, to file this kind of paperwork, to get the bank accounts open that you need for something like this.
Correct.
All this had to happen. Is this a state failure, or is this a city failure? You know what I'm saying? Is this a federal failure? Which one is it? Or was he in the system and he just did something bad?
Good point.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's something has to be addressed. And I agree with Poker Dad 100%. I mean, yeah, this man needs to go away.
Yeah.
Something we've said over and over again about he doesn't need to go to another country because they'll just release him. You send this guy back to India, they'll just release him back into the public. He becomes a free man. No, he needs to go to prison here. Same thing that happened with the lady, with the guy that, did what he did to the wife and the lady.
Yeah.
Yeah, that all needed, he needs to go to prison here.
Thank you.
The people need that, you know what I'm saying?
The justice.
They need the justice for themselves. And this is I don't know why this argument continues, and Poker Dad's exactly right. This ain't political. I mean, there's some failures. If this man was able to do all this, there's some failures we really need to discuss.
Yeah.
But, most of those failures would have happened in Florida.
There you go. I mean, to me, it's an across the board, honestly. And it's an ultimate failure of the United States, because the issue to me is still, you need to fix the immigration issue. And just running around here and saying you secured the border, it's not fixing the problem. There's still people stuck in the system. Process the cases, or do what needs to be done quicker. It's taking way too long to get to the bottom of it.
Right. We've had discussions. We know what the Langford deal did. The Langford bill reduced that process to a year. It had to be done in a year.
Yep.
I'll be the first to tell you, I've talked about that over and over again.
Yeah.
But attorneys don't like that. Attorneys say it's too hard to get done in a year. But that's going to be a question of people. Do we make it 3 years? Do we make it? I mean, I don't know. That's a question, from somebody smarter than us that has to come together with that.
Yeah.
But I can tell you what we can't do. We can't just write EOs to try to fix this problem.
Nope.
Okay, this has to be legislation, and it has to go through Congress. We have to come up with a plan that works for everybody in the United States, and it has to become law.
Yeah.
And then once we do that, then we have something we can really talk about.
Yeah.
But EOs are not going to fix this problem.
Nope. Not at all. Tell them, Val. Val's in the chat, all right? Well, listen up, brother. Big Zeus has to rock and roll this morning, but I appreciate you always being able to come up here and put things in. Oh, you got one more thing? Go for it.
Santana, did you steal that hat from your kid?
They always come up here trying to be the Rizzler, but they'll never be the Rizzler. It's only one Rizzler, and it's me, Big Zeus, and Santana and Nutty both know that. Right, Heaven? All right, so again, all right, thank you, Val.
Bye, everyone.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. Oh, my goodness, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. We have reached the end of the show where Big Zeus honestly has to get up out of here. You all honestly deserve a huge round of applause for enduring and actually getting through all of the content and all of the discussions. We've covered a lot of territory, and I'm not going to let it go. Was that the real Putin in Alaska this weekend? I just have my questions, all right, and I'm not going to let him go. I know Donald Trump is supposedly meeting with Zelensky and other European leaders today, and I do hope they keep the man in a straitjacket and make sure he doesn't surrender Ukraine and the rest of the country to Vladimir Putin, who we all know is his bride, like Takesha said, his boss, so to speak, right? I want to give a special thank you to all the subscribers, gifters, moderators, and panelists, because without you, this show wouldn't be what it is, engaging, entertaining, and definitely educational. But I also got to give one last round of booze and shame, and this goes out to all the Zeus haters out there. All right, I see you, Ari. All right, and these Zeus haters out there, you're a hater of Zeus. Z-Pac showed the photos of what you're doing to me. They put lipstick on me. They put me in a dress. They have me in all these weird positions, compromising positions, because they're obsessed, which shows us what's really going on. And if it was up to me, you know what? You're that obsessed with another grown man. You know what they should do? They should basically knock on the door. Who is this? This is ICE. What are you coming to do? Oh, we're coming to take you and deport you. All right, because that's what should happen to each and every single one of you so-called Zeus haters. Ladies and gentlemen, let's send them where they came from, straight to hell. It is weird. Yes.
Silence, you MAGA daily.
W Zeus. All right, and yes, release the Epstein files for goodness sake. All right, we're out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Take care. Have a great rest of your morning. Sheesh. Y'all got me working overtime. Seriously? Once again, I was supposed to be out of here 15 minutes ago. What in the earth is going on? Thank you all. Chosen, thank you all. I gotta go. I won't be able to do the drill, baby drill, but you know what? We'll do it tomorrow. Thank you all. Cynthia, liberal from Texas, I see you. Thank you. Joe Two Wolves, thank you. Hey, thank you all. Seriously, Macy. Have a great rest of your morning, ladies and gentlemen. We did it. We cooked and booked. Am I right? Lady boss. Thank you. Arigato. Gozaimasu. I see you, sis. Keep up the great work. Thank you, Beauty, Cindy. Thank you, Heaven. Dawn. Yeah, MAGA doesn't like it when I talk about their dear leader. And they don't like Gavin Newsom. And they don't like all of you. And that's a good thing, all right? Hey, look at that. That's crazy. W-R-A. Yeah, I don't need to be a BFF with a MAGA demon. Heck no. MAGA needs to learn. Let's go. Let's go. Team Zeus, right, Curtis? Keep on kicking butt out there. Those poll numbers are coming down. Let's go. They should have voted blue. Yes, Gavin Newsom for president. You think so? What if we do Gavin Newsom and Jasmine Crockett? That'll send them over the edge, right? You know what'll work? JTA. By the way, shout out to JTA. JTA Creations. He has a series. You gotta go watch the YouTube series of me wrestling, alright? And I had to wrestle Dame over the weekend. And boy, oh boy, Dame, you got cooked, alright? Seriously. JTA Creations. He's gonna make one with everybody. Just go follow his YouTube channel. Follow him. He'll give you more details. Once we I gotta figure out how to do it on the show, right? All right. Have a great rest of your morning, ladies and gentlemen. We're out of here. Take care. Stay